Do not take product if you are hypersensitive.
It's fucking Christmas.
Yeah, I don't like the obligation. Like, I just kind of want to go down south sometime. And avoid it all.
I think that would be, yeah. Like, if COVID wasn't happening, I'd probably just be like, peace, going to Cuba.
I would too. Girls trip.
Girls Christmas trip.
Girls Christmas trip. Okay, we got to open this episode because we'll just keep talking. And I'm very, very excited. Welcome back, everybody, to the InTalksicated Podcast. It hasn't been too long since this person has been on the show, but guess what? I wanted to have her back. Miss Vanessa Allen.
Oh, thank you.
Is back. Welcome back. It's been so long. How are you?
So long. When did we do the last one?
Oh, I mean, gosh, it would have been. That's a good question. I have no concept of
it
time.
Was like around second week of October.
Things were still.
Because Jim and I thought our comedy album was going to drop on October 15th.
Right.
But we didn't read the small print, and it actually got released November 25th.
October 16th. So yeah, actually longer than I thought. Mm-hmm. Time really fucking flies when you're
doing nothing and the days all blend together.
Or you're so busy that you were run off your feet and the days also blend together.
That's true.
It's like one or the other.
Yeah, or a combination of both.
That's true.
Too. Because I feel like when I'm at work, days fly by because they're 12-hour shifts and they go by super fast. But then on my days off, they also fly by. They never feel like I have enough. Like, I don't understand what's happening.
That's wild. 12 hours is a long fucking time.
It's a long fucking time. And, like, usually my shifts are, like, 7 to 7. Like, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So you're eating breakfast at, like, 6:30. Eat your lunch at like 11, and then I always like never bring enough food because I'm like, now I have to eat dinner.
Oh my god, you gotta bring everything.
Day. Yeah, you gotta bring everything.
Oh my god, that's brutal.
I just like steal peanut butters and crackers from the patient cupboard at the hospital.
Well, that's good though, protein.
Yeah. That's like a medic's like when you see like someone laid out like peanut butter and crackers in the break room, you're like, you know someone's struggling, forgot to meal prep.
Quick, and that's like one thing that we're gonna get into it, mm-hmm. But before we get into it, we have some things to plug right off the top because I'm not gonna let the whole episode go by. 2 things. Number 1, you won an award.
I did win an award.
Talk about it. What's this for?
So it was the 48-hour film festival. So you had to write, shoot, and edit a short film that had to be between like 4 and 7 minutes long in 48 hours.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So and I think I put it together, but I sometimes don't know. Did they give you a theme? Like, was everything egg related?
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah.
So okay. I got it right.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna feel like a fucking idiot if this is wrong.
No. So like every film had to incorporate an egg as a prop.
Oh my god.
A character named either I think Charles or Josephine Dugas, who was a former child star. And the line, "This is a conspiracy."
Really?
So each film had to have those 3 things, and then each team who signed up got assigned a genre. So we got buddy film or coming of age.
I gotta say that's probably one of the better ones to get.
It was
like
in
terms of being fun to do.
Yeah,
for you especially because comedy.
Yeah,
it's kind of perfect. Yeah,
it was kind of like a dramedy, but yeah, no, we did some really funny things, and it was just a good time. Like we egged someone's house. Well, like the director's house. Like we didn't just go up and randomly egg like a stranger's house, but that was our use of the egg.
That's amazing.
We egged a house. It was so fun.
So the egg can be incorporated in any way.
In any way, as long as it's there.
As long as it's there.
Like I know like Jim's film like was all about the egg.
I was just
the egg
saying,
was like the focal point.
The focus, yeah, they really
so
narrow
funny.
it in. I need to watch that one.
Oh my god, it's hilarious.
But congratulations, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Oh my god. Yeah, and this happens every year, right?
This happens, I think so, every year. And then, so it won Best of Halifax, so it's going to Filmapalooza in Washington, I think.
Oh, nice.
And if COVID wasn't happening, we would all get to go and go to the premiere, and it's like a big gala. Fuck COVID.
Are they doing like a virtual event or anything? I keep hearing about these like virtual Christmas parties, and
that sounds so terrifying.
I think that I would want to shoot myself. I'm really lucky where my new job is a small team.
Instead of like an office party, it's like a virtual Christmas party.
Yeah, these big companies.
Everyone just gets drunk at home.
But they have to dress up too. So can you imagine like getting in like to a gown? and
my
like
God.
sitting down to your webcam.
They want formal dress at these virtual Christmas parties? Fuck that. I would like just like wear like the top part of the dress, hike up the bottom, and have my fucking sweatpants on.
Oh my God, totally. I'm not ready to go back to Zoom. I took a lot of advantage of it, like over the quarantine, like almost too much. Like I did a lot of like live streams, like a lot.
Yeah.
And I'll do them and they're fun to do. But like, I'm not ready to go back. Like,
ready to go back to Zoom life?
I'm not ready for it. I like this so much better.
Yeah.
I hate recording over Zoom. It's just not the same feeling.
I had a couple of auditions over Zoom and they were brutal.
So terrible. Oh
it was so terrible. I had this one audition and I thought I had to be off book for the sides that she gave me, so I memorized them, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, are you off book?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am." She's like, "That's impressive." But she's like, "Now I want you to read this other part that I
off book means like you're not reading.
I'm
anything.
not reading from a script. Yeah.
Okay.
But she's like, "Now I want you to read another part that I didn't have off book." And like I'm really technologically like delayed. So my computer, you should literally see it. It's like falling apart. Like the monitor doesn't attach to like the base of the computer. So my computer's so shitty, Sarah, that I have to use Zoom on my phone. Like I can't even use Zoom on my computer.
You're one of those people.
I am.
You're Cloverfielding it. You're like found footage, but it's a Zoom call.
Zoom with me is like the Blair Witch Project. It really is. Even like I was trying to like download this video to post for our sketch comedy album, and I'm like, it's not working on my phone, Jim. And Jim's like, Vanessa, use your computer. I'm like, I don't think he literally had to be like, you need to start using your computer. You can't do everything on your phone.
I think every wildly funny woman, wildly funny and talented woman or man or whoever human should have help with this type of thing. Because it's so important for the world to know about you guys. Because I think about Kirsten, like, who just started TikTok, and she's still just like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, she's like asking me for stuff, and I'm like, no, let me help you. Like, because I want the world to know you. So, like, I feel like when you're technically, like, when you're not savvy, like, you should have a friend fucking helping you.
Yeah.
To, like, figure it out.
That was, like, me when I went back to school at 26 in, like, a general arts degree. I was like, oh my God. And everyone was using like iMovie. And now professors want you to get crazy and creative and like, oh, like you don't have to write an essay. You can write like or you can make a movie or like a, digital presentation. I'm like, no, just give me Microsoft Word, the little clipboard guy.
Old school, Clippy. Was it Clippy? Clippard?
I think you're thinking of Clifford, the big red dog.
I'm thinking of a combination of the two of them.
I mean, he could be the new mascot for Microsoft. I'd be okay with that. But yeah, I'm like a straight up Microsoft Word. I know how to write a 5-paragraph essay. I know my introduction, my 3 body paragraphs, the conclusion. I'm good.
But they're like,
you can
funny.
make a creative project, and everyone's like, oh yeah, I'll do that. It's so much easier. I'm like, not for this girl. I barely know how to put a fucking PowerPoint together.
But what's crazy about that is like you're still very creative, obviously. It's just in a different way than like this kind of new age of like creative people.
Yeah. Yeah, I like good old, just like old fashioned, like hands on. I like things to be live. I mean, I know everything's going digital because of COVID, but I'm very creative in like a live space. Like, how do we?
So fascinating.
Like, even when Jim and I were doing our sketch comedy thing at school, like we had Jacob doing live music and transitions with an acoustic guitar and sound effects with his hands behind us, like stuff like that. So it's like. And I think that just, like, is more...
It's magical.
It's magical. It's more aesthetically pleasing, and it's just, yeah.
There's an energy exchange.
Exactly.
So it just feels like, yeah, it's way better.
Yeah, I guess I'm, like, the MacGyver of arts. Give me a piece of string and a paperclip, and I'll make something beautiful.
I love that. Oh my gosh. So you have that. And then also your guys' comedy album is now out. We're bringing Daddy back. We're bringing
Daddy back. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a play on We're Bringing Sexy back, I guess.
Got you. And this is available wherever you can stream things.
Spotify, Google Play, Apple Music. I think some other things, but just check out my... Just check out at Jim and Vanessa on Instagram, and you can
Yes, follow the Instagram. Yes,
Pat, Jim, and Vanessa. Yeah, no, I listened to the album from start to finish on Spotify when it came out, and I hadn't listened to it in a long time. Because you know when you just like you release something, and you're like, oh my gosh, I've watched this so many times, it's lost its magic to me.
Yep.
I laughed.
Did
I
you?
laughed at my own stuff.
Oh, yay!
I didn't think it was gonna happen.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
There you fucking go. Congratulations.
Thanks.
You got a lot of shit going on. You got some stuff going on.
It's fun. It's fun. It's tiring. I'm so exhausted right now, Sarah. I mean, I enjoy working on my art.
Every time people ask me, like, the podcast, stand up. And I'm like, yeah, I'm having so much fun. I'm exhausted too.
You're like, I have to take ephedrine to stay alive right now.
It's like a good tired. It's like a running on empty. Running on fumes.
But you
running
get
on
wired,
adrenaline.
and I feel like that's where I get most of my creative energy is when I'm just like fucking deliriously tired, and my brain's like, you need to go to sleep. I'm like, no, but what about this?
What about this?
Yeah.
It's such, and then it's like you just, okay. I mean, like, I have so much to talk about with you. So we gotta tell people what inspired you coming back on, because you came on the episode with Jim. I didn't know you at the time. You're a total stranger walking in here.
Yep.
And
brought my friend because I have social anxiety.
That's right. And like, it was just a magical like connection.
It really was
between you and I, and like we have this running joke now that we're the same person. And that there's like very little that we disagree on, or like I guess see differently, or
there were so many moments where like Jim just got completely shut out of the fucking podcast, and we were like bonding over music or fucking being single. I don't know. And he was like, "I'm just happy to be here."
And you know what, Jim, you rock, Jim.
He was a good sport.
Thank you so much for putting up with our girl vibes. Because they were strong, and they couldn't be contained because now Vanessa's back on the podcast because I made her come back on. And here's the thing, like I've been rethinking this podcast, and the episodes I enjoy most are with people that like I can have a really good like back and forth with.
Right.
I don't necessarily always enjoy just like bringing people on to like talk about a project they're doing, or like it's not just about what you do, it's about who you are to me. And that's why I like having people I know, because the conversation can go anywhere.
Because we already know things about each other.
We already know things, and then or we know enough things, and then we find out more. Yeah, like those are my favorite kinds of episodes. And
we're opening Pandora's box.
Exactly, and so Vanessa's back, and I'm stoked you're back because. Like, this is, like, it feels easy to me to talk to you. Yeah. And I hope you take that as a compliment. Like,
I do. You know what is funny? I worked with this girl the other day. First time working with her at work. We did 2 days, 2 nights together. And we just were chatting and talking and stuff. And she's like, I've never really told anyone this much at work, like, before. She's like, I feel like I can just talk to you. I'm like, yeah, I get that a lot. I honestly don't know why. Don't know why people tell me their deepest, darkest secrets.
Ooh, interesting. Maybe it's
and
like...
I just like have to lock it away and be like, I'm just a vessel. I will not tell anyone.
So funny. That's interesting.
But there's some people who are like that, who just you feel like you can just talk to and trust. I guess. Don't want to toot my own horn. I guess I'm one of those fucking people.
You're likable
for it.
You're likable and relatable and shit. Yeah. How dare you?
Yeah. I didn't ask for this gift, okay?
Do you think that's like, do you enjoy that or no? Like, because some people really don't want to hear it from other people. Like, are you empathic? Let's start with that question. Do you consider yourself empathic?
Can you use it in a sentence? What does that mean? Clearly not. I feel like I kind of get what empathic was, and the fact that I need to ask that probably means I'm not.
Empathic is like, I don't know if I can use it in a sentence, but like I can explain what it is. It's essentially like you pick up on the energy of others really well, and like you take in, like if someone's really sad and they're like talking to you about being sad, you'll get sad.
You know what I think? I think I always thought I was empathic, but I think I just have anxiety. It's true.
You're like, I just can't leave this conversation now. I'm locked in. I need to be nice.
You're always, like, when you have anxiety, crippling anxiety, you're so worried about what people think of you.
Yeah.
And that you constantly want to people please. So you pick up on people's cues and reactions and kind of get the vibe of how that person's feeling. Because it's not because you're feeling what they're feeling. It's because, oh, what can I do to make you like me?
God, that's so true.
Yeah, so
you're more of that.
Yeah, I'm just fucked. Just full riddled with anxiety, but it is very, like, I think I'm perceptive of those things.
Yeah,
I think that's a better word for it, perceptive.
Yeah, very perceptive,
which helps in, like, theater and acting and stuff.
Oh, that makes sense though that you would have that.
Yeah. What about you? Do you think you're empathic?
Yes, for sure, and which is why it's like people think I'm this big extrovert, and not like I always just need to be talking to people, but like even if I record like 2 podcasts like back to back, like I will be fucking exhausted because it just takes so much out of me.
Yeah.
Because I do tune in to what people are saying a lot. It can go the other way though. Like I learned about this thing called emotional dumping, which sounds very
Ooh. Sounds like that's what I do after Taco Bell.
But you have to be careful with that though. Delayed reaction.
Yeah. I was like, that was a joke. I guess it wasn't funny. It's fine. No, I just cry and shit my pants after I eat Taco Bell. It's my emotional dumping. Feel bad about eating the Taco Bell, cry about it.
But you ever have those people who like go on and on about everything that's bad in their life and they just won't stop and they just keep going on and there's no solution, and anytime you offer a solution it's like, well, no, I can't do that. Like they're just very like, that's what emotional dumping is.
Yeah.
So when people do that, my battery dies. Like I like the back and forth. Like I think I'm very super aware of like when I'm being too much. Like, and I know when to pull back, but some people don't. And that's emotional dumping.
Yeah. No, I felt like that too. Like not myself.
But like being on the other end.
Yeah, I felt that. But I always I'm always like such a problem solver that I want like, and it's true. It's like no matter what you say, you're trying to offer solutions to problems. And I think that's what most people want to do is they want to find solutions. They want everything to be peaceful in the end. And when you have someone who just negates those things and isn't really hearing what you're saying, I think a lot of emotional dumping is just like, there's a wall to what the other person's trying to say back to you.
They're literally just like, they're just outputting. Yeah. Like, and they have it's just on you. Like, they're just throwing it on you. And like, that's not cool. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. And also, it's like, really consider the solutions. Because I can be stubborn too. And I can be like, no, but like a butt person.
Yeah.
But like, think about what your friend is saying.
Yeah,
like
maybe it's what the other person is saying. Yeah. Like, just acknowledge that we exist and we're in front of you trying to, like, help you.
Right?
Yeah, even if you think it's bullshit, just be like, okay, yeah, no, that's a good, because that makes us feel good, too.
And it's literally why I don't, if I fuck up and, okay, like, I'll use an example. Like, if a friend is like, stop talking to that guy's only hurting you. If I actually do keep talking to the guy, I'll just keep it a secret.
Yeah. Totally. Oh, I think we've all been there. I think every woman or guy on the face of the planet has been like, yeah, no, you're right. This is totally detrimental to my mental health. Yeah, no, you're so right. I'm going to stop doing it. And then you get to the point where you just hit rock bottom with that person. You have to realize it for yourself in those situations.
Oh my God.
Like, and you realize, your friends are right. You know it's going to get to that point, but you literally just push it to the point where there's no coming back. I've been that person. I'm a point pusher. I don't know if that's a term. I just coined that.
I love that. Point pusher.
Point pusher. Like, I will take it as far as it can get until it's like absolute.
In terms of like you telling a friend like, this is how it is. This is what you should do.
No, like
or
for
the other
myself.
way around.
Yeah.
Oh,
like I've been on the other end being like, I don't know what to do. This person's treating me poorly, and they're like, stop talking to them. I'm like, okay, and then I don't do it. Right. But then I let it get to a point where it eventually has to end.
Oh my God, me too.
You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta hit rock bottom.
And it's, I don't know what that is. Like,
I tell my friends that too. I'm like, if I'm giving the advice being like, this person's no good for you. You need to stop talking to them. It's not good for your mental health. And then I say to them, but you got to figure that out on your own.
Yep.
I can say all I want to say, but you know what you need to do, and you'll realize when that point comes.
Yeah, and when that point comes, I'll still be here as a friend.
Exactly.
But you got to get to that point.
Exactly.
On your own. And I think that's the key thing in friendship, because that's where a lot of friendships can, I think, go wrong, is the one person will get way too frustrated with the situation and just be like, I'm out, I'm not talking to you anymore until you change. Mm-hmm. Whereas I think true friendship is like, okay, so-and-so's going on about so-and-so again, like, guess I'll just have to deal with this until you get there. Yeah. Like, it's almost like a trust thing. You have to trust that your friend will get there on her own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes they don't.
And, like, sometimes we're still in the place we were 10 years ago. But you're still there. Still there as a friend. You still have your weekly wine nights and you talk about the same things you've been talking about for the past 10 years.
I think we learn, we're just slower at learning than other people.
We're just slow.
Like we're like turtles. We're like just inching along. We're getting to the good spot. It's just might take us a while to get there.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know. I feel like lately though, I've cut out a lot of friendships that just like weren't making me feel good, and I don't know exactly why they weren't making me feel good. Mm-hmm. But I've just been like
they're not serving you anymore.
Exactly. But that sounds almost like selfish. That almost sounds like oh, you're not serving me anymore to my needs, so I'm gonna.
I think when you're at this age, because you are how old again? You are
30.
I'm 33. So like I would say like late 20s, early 30s, like. It's this weird key time where these evolutions, like, people are evolving, but we're all evolving at a different pace. So, like, those of us who are evolving a bit faster or in a different way than other people, like, that's where the friendships can not be lined up.
Yeah.
You know? And so, for me, it's like, who builds me up and makes me, who challenges me as a friend? I think that that's a key thing.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about when we hang out? Are we just talking about our day-to-day 9 to 5? Like, or are we talking about, like, our fucking ambitions and, like, what we're working on and, like, our goals? Mm-hmm. Like, those are the people I want to surround myself with. Like, I saw a quote that was, like, surround yourself with people who have vision. And I was like, man, that fucking hits home, because I too have lost a lot of friends. Mm-hmm. I would even just say like not by choice. I wish I could say that. More of like a drift apart slowly type of thing. But it's like, then I ask myself, I'm like, oh, look at all these awesome new chicks that I've met. Like I met you, and like my comedian friends, and it's like all these people who like get me, have similar goals, and like we can help each other,
build each other up.
Yes, so
and
important.
I think like honestly, quality over quantity when you get older. Because I think when you're younger, you're just like, how many social circles can I be a part of? And like, I just want to be out there and be seen and like get instant validation from like social things. Yeah. But now it's like deeper and like more.
Now it's like, who can I call like when I'm about to die? Oh God. That was really bleak, Sarah. That just came out of my mouth like naturally. Like,
is this episode a cry for help?
I think the whole podcast.
You're like every episode's a cry for help, Vanessa.
Like, have you? Yeah, every single week, girl.
Yeah.
No, I would agree with you. Yeah, quality over quantity is so important.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to be negative and think about what you don't have, but like that lack mentality like will not get you anywhere. It won't get you anywhere. Think about what you don't have, and I've switched that to guys now, because I'm like, you know, I gotta stop thinking, oh, I don't have anyone. It's like, okay, well, what are the advantages to that?
Yeah.
I can eat what I want every day.
And also it's like, I feel like a lot of people just, I think we talked about this like on a lot, like settle.
Yes.
Too, just to not be alone. And you're like, do I really want someone who doesn't serve me positively just to be like, oh, you know, we fuck 3 times a week and it makes me feel special for, you know.
We lay beside each other.
Yeah, there's a warm body beside me, but he's really like quite an asshole.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
And I see a lot of friends who are like, yeah, I'm in a relationship. I'm like, but that doesn't make you you feel like you're meeting a goal, but you're like in your life, like in your late 20s, early 30s, and you feel like you have to have this, but it's not really like working for these people.
Yeah, that's interesting. I was talking to a girlfriend recently, going through a breakup, and she was essentially just like, yeah, I'm just like gonna, and it was like the night of, and she's like, I'm just gonna get back on the apps, and I was just like, really? Do you have to get back on the apps like right away? Because like you're clearly sad. Like you're clearly very sad and grieving this person, even though you're strong enough to realize it wasn't meant for me. We're not meant to be. Mm-hmm. You can still be fucking sad for a bit on your own. You don't have to instantly go back to like getting validation from men.
Yeah. I feel like that's a go-to now when people like break up. They're just like, oh well, there's Tinder, and just start like manically swiping.
And I personally don't get that, because when I get matches, I just go, oh, a match, cool. Yeah. Like it doesn't fill me with this joy of like, this is the one. Trevor matched with me.
Trevor.
Oh my God, he's from Lower Sackville and works at Boston Pizza. I just made those two things up.
Yeah.
No
Has
judgment.
a picture with a fish.
Yeah, exactly. like that doesn't fill me. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but like I've never really used the apps for that. Yeah. I've used them out of boredom, which I think is a bit different than using it for validation.
Totally. I feel like using it out of boredom is like you're not trying to get over someone emotionally. No. You're literally just like looking to fill a void or time.
Yeah. Or time.
And that's like, and I feel like that means you're probably pretty okay with yourself at that point. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if you're doing it to like, because you're sad over a breakup or like trying to replace the person who broke up with you, you're not going to have a good time on the apps.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Have a bubble bath. Order some garlic fingers.
Order a $17 slice of cheesecake from Uber Eats. Like, that's what I do.
Oh my God, yeah. Ooh, Uber Eats cheesecake. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all, like, if I went to buy it in person, it'd be like $5. But with the delivery charges, it makes it like $17.
Isn't that such a, oh my God, the amount of money I spend on Uber Eats is
I know.
Actually,
it's insane. I need to stop.
Great.
I actually have a problem.
I do too.
Okay, this is something where
I feel like we should be keeping track of like all the things we have in common.
Yeah, I think we love takeout. We order Uber Eats. We're ladies of convenience with food. I think we both agreed. And I'm actually like, I like cooking.
I don't.
Like, I think oh, you don't?
Oh, we found something.
Okay, every time we disagree, I'm going to ring the bell.
I should clarify. I don't know if it's that I don't like cooking. I don't give myself the space to like cooking.
What do you mean?
I feel like there's so many other priorities in my day and my life that I put over cooking.
Gotcha.
So I think that like, if it was like, okay, Sarah, you have a week off, you don't have to make any content, like you can just like, if it was like, there's no more podcasts, there's no more comedy for a week. Which
could possibly happen.
Which could very much. Oh,
sorry.
Comedy for sure, but podcasts will live on, bitch. Yeah.
Don't you come with me. I will figure out how to use my computer, and I will Zoom a podcast on my Blair Witch style, just a flashlight under my chin.
You're like under your covers.
Yeah.
Like it's a tent. You're that
Don't
bitch.
fucking tempt me. I am that bitch.
God, that's so funny. Like the different, like just the different personalities.
The next time I'm on this podcast, if there is a next time, we should build a fort.
We should. I've done it. I've done it like recently. Like I've made blanket forts in here recently. I have a princess pop-up tent in my.
For what purpose?
Just me.
Just for funsies.
Just for funsies. Actually, there was one time that I did it when I had roommates, and we smoked joints in it.
Oh my gosh, do you remember that episode of Community where they built that like whole fort tunnel? Like that would be really cool if we actually like.
They sell them now. Like there's these things called
They sell fucking forts?
Sell forts. Like blow up forts that like expand out into like this like little cocoon of like fortness.
No, you're letting kids get off too easy.
That's very true.
You gotta take your mom's couch cushions and then she like yells at you for taking the cushions off the couch and getting them all dirty.
You gotta prop it up with a broom and like some chairs.
Get creative.
Oh
we are not making architects and engineers of this generation if we're having blow up fucking forts.
They can just buy it on fucking Amazon.
Yeah, I know. And build one digitally and just have their friends meet them in the fucking, I don't know.
Imagination is
world.
Dead.
Imagination station.
It's fucking dead. Oh my God, that's funny. No, but okay, so the cooking thing. Yeah, like so you actually really like cooking. Do you do it often on a weekly basis?
Yeah, I would say on a weekly basis. Like at least one night a week I'll cook.
Really?
Maybe even 3, I'd go out to say.
Oh,
Yeah,
someone's trying to be a wife.
I hope I marry and date someone who can cook better than I do.
Oh, well, that's the goal.
That is the goal.
I think the goal is like I always say, like one person in the relationship should cook and like cooking and do it. Mm-hmm. The other person can do the dishes and clean up and do other things.
Yeah.
But like one person should be able to cook. Like if I'm dating someone with the same eating habits as me, there's no hope for us. We're gonna be
so much debt from
we're gonna
Uber
be
Eats.
yeah, and we're gonna have heart attacks by the time we're fucking 40 or something. Like
I'll show up in the ambulance and be like, oh fuck. I should have cooked her some meals and sent them over.
So bad, Vanessa, how shitty I eat.
Okay, so how many nights a week would you cook?
Does cooking... Okay, now, can we define cooking?
Oh my god, I don't think we need to define cooking. I feel like you should know what that means.
Does cooking... Can cooking be... Okay, so, like, this is kind of standardly what I would do if I was to cook. I can make spaghetti.
Okay.
Okay.
And
with
spaghetti-
store-bought pasta sauce.
I was just about to say, is it sauce from a can, or is it...
Hundo.
Does the can have botulism, or are you making fresh pasta sauce?
100% from a can. I can do spaghetti. I do a good stir fry. Beef stir fry.
Yeah.
So I made that recently.
And is that homemade? Like...
Yeah, so I buy the beef
I don't slaughter I'm not gonna cook shame you. Like, I'm just curious. It's okay if it's a packaged stir fry mix, okay?
I keep banging my hands on the chair because I'm laughing too hard. Yeah, no, like I get the veggies, I get the rice, like it's yeah.
Stir fry is honestly like I think that's like a staple because it's literally what the fuck do I have in my fridge?
It's so easy.
Make a sauce, even if it's just fucking soya sauce.
That's what I do. I just do beef and soya and rice and veggies.
A little bit of ginger and Bob's your uncle.
Fuck yeah. Ginger.
You're like, oh, that's wife material. Throwing ginger in there.
That sounds delicious, actually.
Yeah. No, but I'm not like, I feel like I have to look up recipes. Like, I enjoy cooking. I can follow a recipe, but I'm not like creative enough in the kitchen. But I feel like most, unless you're like,
well, if you're
trained in the kitchen.
Well, that's the thing. You're following a recipe. So you're, like, I think you're instantly many levels above me. Because I cook what, like, my mom taught me to cook. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah,
like,
if I followed my mom's recipes, it would be like, how do I open this can of Chef Boyardee?
Did you grow up on Chef Boyardee?
I did. I grew up on Chef Boyardee. I also grew up on the Puritan beef stew with, like, the potatoes.
Yes!
Yes.
Oh my god,
But
yes.
my mom would like try to be like fancy to bulk it up. She'd like boil some Uncle Ben's like white rice and then just like we'd have the stew on top of the white rice. It was delicious.
That sounds delicious.
I sell it at the dollar store.
Really?
Sometimes when I'm at Dollarama buying like my makeup wipes and stuff, I'll buy some Puritan beef stew.
Oh my god, yum.
My mom, bless her heart, loves Cindy. Big shout out to Cindy.
Shout out Cindy.
Shout out Cindy. Not a great cook, but we also grew up super poor.
Okay, that explains the Chef Boyardee.
Yeah, and she did what she could though. Like even though we grew up super poor, she still would have like a can of peas, a starch, and a protein. She's like, this is what a plate looks like. You know, you got your veggies, you got your even if it was like chicken fingers, instant mashed potatoes, and a can of peas.
Right.
Just so as a kid, I knew what a balanced plate looked like.
Oh, that's really good though.
Cindy did a good job.
Yeah, that's
love
awesome.
Cindy. Yeah, but I still go back to like. Beefaroni.
I love
like,
the
it's
beefaroni.
so nostalgic, and like I've lived with people who like whose parents like obviously like didn't raise them on canned food or whatever. I'm like, yo, we gotta do what we gotta do.
I was raised on both. Like I feel like I got a mix of like the convenience food, but also like meat and potatoes, Nova Scotian family.
Yeah,
like,
my mom's a Newfie, so we're all about Jig's
dinner. Jig's dinner.
You know Jig's dinner?
Oh yeah, I do. I never know Jig's dinner because my sister married a Newfoundlander, and he started making it for us. Like we do it every Boxing Day. That's like our tradition.
Yeah, that's usually like when Newfies do it, is on Boxing Day.
Fucking good, man.
Just like cabbage boiled with salt beef.
Oh fuck yeah, man.
Have you ever had Bubbles and Squeak?
Is that peas pudding? No,
I don't think it's peas pudding. It's like it might be the same thing. I feel like Newfies have a lot of similar names for one thing.
Bubbles and Squeak.
Bubbles and Squeak, and literally it's so you make a turkey dinner for Christmas. You make turkey, stuffing, turnips, carrots, like the whole everything. The next morning, oil a skillet and you fry everything together
that
into
sounds
like
delicious.
a hash.
Oh,
so like your
fuck.
turkey, your mashed potatoes, your turnips, and you put like a little garlic powder in it and like some savory, Newfoundland savory. You know about that spice?
I don't know, but it sounds delicious.
The reason why they call it bubbles and squeak is because it squeaks when you're cooking it because you're frying it and it bubbles. It gets all crispy and bubbly. We're very simple people. But
That sounds amazing.
so fucking good. And then you pour some gravy over. It's like literally like a breakfast hash with like Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner.
Fuck, I love stuff. I love like when foods just mishmash together. Like I love a casserole or like a stew.
Me too.
I fucking love stuff like
I love
that.
tuna casserole.
Ooh, tuna
Like
casserole.
I've looked up before, like, you know when nights when you can't sleep and you just end up like Googling like weird shit. Everyone's been there.
Too well.
You end up on the weird side of YouTube or Pornhub or whatever.
It's real bad.
It's real bad.
It's real bad.
I googled like retro recipes from like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Because they're all fucking casseroles and I love casseroles.
Yeah.
I haven't made one yet because a lot of them require like gelatin, like jelly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, have you ever looked this up?
Jelly.
Can we do like a split screen?
Yes, let's look it up.
Like
What
like
jelly?
like everyone in the 70s just loved to fucking like mummify their food.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, I've never made one yet, but I feel like maybe like next podcast we could like taste test some of these fucking.
We could totally make that happen.
I think it'd be really funny.
I've done like really weird stuff on this I want to make more content just for YouTube. So maybe we could totally do that. Like do a mukbang.
I feel like it's probably been done before, but we can try it again.
What am I looking at? What do I Google?
Let's Google 60s gelatin recipes. What with a G, Sarah?
That shows what I was raised on.
GELAT. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Oh my
Like,
god!
they're gonna-
What is this?
I know. It's like
have never.
look. Like why? Jello salads. Like what's in there? Olives?
I might throw up.
I know, it's pretty gross.
I might actually puke on this podcast.
Vintage cookbooks.
Why
I
is
want
everything
cucumber
jelly?
lime Jello salad.
It's fruit though,
It sounds
right?
like
We're
a
not
blue-
mixing.
Sounds like a Blue Lobster, but in Jello form. Yeah, but there's some weird ones. Like click on that like loaf, that like meatloaf
I mean, that looks like a really nice pate. I could probably get
with
down
Jello
with that.
in the middle. Don't worry, guys. This is not what I'm cooking at home. But
it
I've always
exists.
been curious because you always like watch those like retro movies or whatever. And they show up with like
We should totally
Plates of-
each one night make one of these.
yeah. What's that one with the hot dogs on the side? Down, over.
Oh my god.
Low key. That looks kind of delicious.
Right, gross old-fashioned recipes your grandma.
People actually, believe. It's SpaghettiOs, jellified with Vienna sausages.
Oh, Vienna
I'm
sausages.
so sorry that I took this podcast. in this direction.
This is what this podcast has become, and I love it.
What are those bananas with broccoli? No, down.
Gross. That I don't
Bananas with herring and question mark? They don't even know what's in it.
like. Mystery thing.
Ooh, Weight Watchers liver plate.
I don't think
I should be eating that.
I have never had liver. I don't think.
I've had liver pate. I think most times when you have pate, it's like liver, right?
This I could get down with
It's
bologna.
a fucking bologna mayonnaise cake. Oh, chips.
Oh, the mayonnaise I don't like.
Is it?
If you put what I don't
Wait,
know.
look at what they wrote. Who among us hasn't looked at a cake and thought, what this thing needs is more ranch dressing, cream cheese, and bologna?
That's wild.
You can make it yourself. They actually have recipes to make
I mean,
it.
I do love bologna.
I love bologna. Oh, fried bologna.
Fried bologna sandwich with
So
toast.
good with
Yum yum
toast.
yum. Oh my gosh. Well,
We should have we should do a cooking episode. Of
I would
this
love to
podcast.
do that. And Kirsten likes to cook weird stuff too. You
Yeah,
get
let's
her
get Kirsten on
involved.
this. Let's make her eat a bologna cake.
Oh my god, I want to make this bologna cake. It looks. What are your like eating? So we talked earlier about like eating for convenience. What's your journey with eating? Because mine's a shit show.
Oh, mine's really bad. So I've gained a lot of weight in the past. I'd say probably like 3-4 years. Like I moved to Nova Scotia 6 years ago, and
where are you from originally?
Ottawa.
No way.
My capital. Hashtag Ottawa's not boring.
But you moved here. Like your family's here now, or are they still in Ottawa?
So I got hired as a paramedic in 2014. And I graduated paramedic school in 2014 in Ottawa, and then I moved down here because I got hired.
Really?
It was my first paramedic job. And
Crazy.
I worked for a year, and I was like, I need to go back and finish my theater degree.
Right.
So then I worked for a year, applied to Dal, and then I did my theater degree full-time and worked part-time as a paramedic.
Got you.
Which was fucking hell.
Like doing school and paramedic work.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I can work one shift a week on the ambulance and like go to theater school. And then I would like, work on Saturdays, like do a Saturday night shift, do my homework on Sunday, go back to school on Monday. I was like a zombie.
You have like no break time.
No break, but also like you see shit. And being a paramedic, and like you do that shit and you don't have time to decompress.
No.
So, and then you just go back and they're like, oh, let's focus on your breathing and work on your Shakespeare. And
You're like, bitch, I've seen shit.
Yeah. And they're like, Vanessa, why aren't you emotionally vulnerable at 9 a.m? I'm like, I just did a fucking cardiac arrest, like on Saturday. Like, give me some time. I mean, it's my own doing. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I can like, manage my job in school, but it was a lot.
And
I felt like I got kind of like jaded kind of throughout my schooling at Dal because I was doing this intense job and then I would go to school and deal with like university problems, which felt so small in the grand scheme of things after like going out and doing.
Well, you're not getting the full experience because like typically speaking, the full experience would be you're in school and school is your life.
School is my life.
When you're done school, you party. Yeah. Or you have a social life or you sleep, you have the weekend off and you sleep in. Like those are the glory days. Like, those are the glory days for most people. Yeah. But you didn't have that if you were working.
No, it really, like, well. I feel like I said to some people, I'm like, I feel like I have an identity crisis because I'm young professional Vanessa beginning her career as a paramedic. And then I also went back into, like, first year theater school.
Right.
So it was, like, I literally had to, like, switch out of, like, professional mode, like, paramedic mode, saving lives, and then being like, oh, jazz hands.
That is
quite a contrast.
Well, that's quite a switch. Like, you think of people who do comedy and like work like conservative office jobs and like they have to switch it on and like be this like wild character on stage.
Correct.
And it's like it's that constantly switching roles will take a lot out of somebody.
Yeah, it did. It really did take a toll. Eventually I had to tell my profs, I was like, yo, this is a lot. And they're like, can you cut back on work? I was like, well, I'll still need to be employed at the end of the,
Right, it's a little bit more urgent. It's a bit more important.
Yeah, slightly. Well, I only have to work 2 shifts every 60 days to keep my license. So if I did, like, 2 shifts in 1 month, and then I didn't have to work for, like, another, like, 58 days. So I started doing that. Okay. I started just banging them off and then, like, spacing them out. But it was also, I found that work was also good, though, in some ways, because, like, it did bring me back into, like, a more realistic setting out of student life, because student life is kind of fantasy life.
It is, truly.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it brought me back into, like, this is what's actually, going on, and there's more important things than just, getting a good mark on your Shakespeare soliloquy.
Well, and especially the nature of your job, like, where you're seeing people in these, like, crises, these medical crises.
It's very humbling.
Fuck, I can imagine.
Very Jesus humbling Christ. And just knocked me down, like, a couple pegs in school, which was good. Like, I needed the contrast. It was as stressful as it was, like, a good balance.
Good balance.
Yeah. Yeah, and it helped me. I think, like, there's, like a bi-directional kind of, like, transfer between my job and school. Like, my job helped me with school because it gave me, like, insight into characters and into and into like raw like emotion and trauma, right? Which I'm very privileged to, I think, witness. It's never something somebody wants to go see.
No.
But like, you know, it gives me insight into like what maybe characters who are going through the same thing in plays or whatever are thinking.
So true. And you see so many different types of people. You also see people reacting. Like you see the people around the person that you're treating, and so you're getting a glimpse into the lives of like every single type of person or family or household.
Totally. And you like sometimes when you're like acting or like you're supposed to be scared or like something traumatic just happened, you think you know how that reaction's supposed to go, when really if I see it happen like at work, I'm like, oh, that's not how I thought someone would react to that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like telling somebody that their loved one has just died, you think they're gonna like freak out, fall to the floor, and you're like, oh, that actually isn't how that.
Have you told people that?
Yeah.
Oh god.
I've only done it a couple times. That's like the worst part.
Oh,
that's the worst part.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And like the actual medical call like is procedural, right? But then having to have those like conversations with family,
the human moments, like where you're dealing with like.
Because usually paramedics are like, I'm in machine mode. I just go and do the medical things and leave.
Clickety clack clack.
Yeah. That's exactly the sound our defibrillators make. I don't know how you knew that.
Clickety clack
Clickety
clack
clack clack. A horse stomps on the patient's chest.
Do you find that you're like...
Clickety clack. Sorry. So good.
Clack clack.
Clack clack. You're alive now.
Do you find that because you're a paramedic, like you're always on, like, were you the type to like help drunk friends like when they were drunk? Because
yeah, no, I think I've always been like a people like helper, pleaser. One of my therapists told me I was a Florence Nightingale.
What the fuck does that mean?
So she was like the mother of nursing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I think it was like World War I or something, and she would like go to like all the soldiers' beds at night with like a lantern. So if you ever Google like Florence Nightingale, it's like a picture of like a woman with like a lantern.
Fuck them?
Probably. Maybe that's what my therapist meant. Maybe he's like, you're just a big whore. You need to stop fucking around.
She brings her lantern to all these soldiers' beds.
Yeah. You're like, you're incapacitated. You can't say no to me. I'm Florence Nightingale. Here we are tarnishing this poor saint's fucking name.
Oh, God bless her.
Yeah, you're like...
God bless her.
God bless her. R.I.P. Florence.
She did great work. She inspired many.
Jeez.
To fuck people.
The original, yeah. OG.
How did we get... We were talking about food.
I'm happy you made that transition. This is going to a really dark place, and now I'm like, my spirits are like, whoop, let's go the other way.
That's what I always do. I'm like, oh, we're in a dark place, bring it back to a joke.
Yeah. That's what my therapist meant by calling me that.
Do you actually have a therapist? I'm so jealous.
No, I don't. There was only one therapist that I connected with, and I've been in and out of therapy since I was like, I don't know, 14.
Really?
Yeah. I guess my parents' divorce really fucked me up.
Oh, divorced parents, okay.
Yeah, when I was like 5. But like, I didn't really think that was the issue. I think it just like subconsciously sneaked in there, and my mom's like, you're not stable.
Oh, God.
But she would have me in therapy on and off throughout like my teenage years, my preteen years, and like I would just stop going because I just wasn't getting anything out of it. And they were always like these really nice ladies. Their offices just smelt really nice, and like they were just like so calm and like, you know,
listeners, like they just kind of listen,
but also got me to do weird like cognitive behavioral things.
Oh yes, okay.
Like they're like, close your eyes and pretend you're cutting like a green apple, and like what are the textures and the smells that you're experiencing cutting this apple? And I'm like, bitch, like this is not helping. Like, I'm depressed about like bigger things than green apples right now.
And that's a big thing I think for people to realize is that like you can't just find a therapist and like you gotta find the right one for you. It's
literally like dating, because these people are tapping into the most intimate parts of yourself, and not everyone has and lots of therapists do their own different practices, right? Follow different therapies and
types
philosophies
of therapy,
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So finally, I told my mom, I was like, I think I want to go to a male therapist.
Oh, interesting.
Because she was always the one organizing these things, and she's like, oh, my daughter's a young female. She'll get along with like a female
of course,
therapist. So I was like, you know what? Let's switch it up. I want a male perspective. So she hooked me up with this guy named Dr. Nozick. I don't know if he's still. Big shout out to Dr. Nozick. You the man.
Shout out.
Fucking loved him. He was like this old Jewish man who was in retirement but worked like 2 days a week just to like
love it.
keep active in his practice.
Love that.
And he had like just like a ring of hair and it was always like going different directions and his shoes were always untied and his office was a fucking mess. Sorry, Dr. Nozick, but it was.
All of these traits are of a person that I would trust.
Yes. Exactly.
I would trust this person.
I saw myself in him. I'm like,
Yes.
this is my person.
Yep.
And he literally was just so friendly and like literally would just like let me talk and like I didn't feel like I was being analyzed and he wasn't trying these weird CBT things on me. And
Did he give you good advice? Like, did he actually give you...
He did. He's the one who called me Florence Nightingale. I hope that doesn't mean he thought I was a whore, but yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's hilarious.
We gotta find him and then look him up.
Yeah. He has a book out. I think you can buy.
Holy shit.
Because he told me to read his book. And I was like, where can I get it? He's like, oh, Chapters, Coles. I was like, oh, you're at Chapters and Coles. Fuck. Taking it big, Dr. Nozick. But no, he was awesome. I like looked forward to going to talk to him.
Oh,
and I
love
don't know
that.
what it was. I felt like he didn't even give me like advice. He just like was like the ear that I needed. Like I don't know, it was weird.
Well, maybe he knew that you needed that outlet.
Yeah.
Like, are you somebody who, like, do you find yourself, like, when you are in times of, like, you're going through things, do you reach out to people to talk a lot? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Like, I have one friend in Toronto, and she's been my friend since we were, like, 5.
Oh,
and
wow.
she's, like, the one person. And she works shift work, too, so we call each other at, like, 2, 3 a.m. when we're at work. She's actually an air traffic controller at Hamilton Airport.
Wow.
And she'll be like, it's not really a busy airport, so I don't know if I'm going to get her in trouble when saying this, but call me at work, she'll be like, hold on, I got to talk to a plane. And she'll, like, put her phone down, and she'll be like, yeah, Delta Alpha, blah, blah, blah. You can, like, I was like,
Clickety clack.
Yeah. Clickety clack clack, you can land now.
You're both doing, like, badass things, saving lives, fucking controlling planes. Clickety clack, clack, clack.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing.
Wait, can you hold on? Clear! Yeah, no, so this guy really fucked me up.
I love the idea.
No, keep doing CPR. You're doing a great job.
I love that. Like, just the idea of someone, like, girl chatting while they're, like...
Doing badass things. Yeah.
Like, we're still affected by men. Like, even though we do these badass fucking things.
Yeah, no, she's awesome. She's, like, the one person I go to. But I'm very, like, I need to get it out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you that way?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I get the vibe.
But I don't... But here's my thing. I talk to the internet, not necessarily in person.
We had this conversation earlier.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like, I'm working on friendships now, and I'm trying to, like, nurture. Like, the way that I see it is that I'm creating a wolf pack right now. Like, I'm trying to surround myself with, like, awesome, and it's mostly women, honestly. Like, women, like, friends that are, like, really positive and awesome, and, like, I gotta start, like, messaging them rather than putting it on Instagram. That's my current goal, is like get off the internet and talk to friends. Like, because
you probably like
even though you
get the instant, like, I don't know, because I'm not a huge social media person. We know about my technological difficulties.
Have you ever posted a story?
Yeah. Do you remember last podcast? My Google search was how to delete an Instagram story. That's how sad I am.
That's so funny.
But I feel like, no, with your situation, like, you get that instant gratification of Instagram, but it only goes so deep.
It only goes
but when
so
you
far.
nurture, like, those interpersonal relationships, you get more out of it in the long run, even though it's not, like, instant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that there's something too, like, the more you post, probably the more lonely you are. And, like, that's kind of a sad thing to, like, say, and it might be a little controversial to say that, but, like, I do think, like, people who are not living in the moment, they're just constantly posting and constantly filming, and it's everything is content to them. And I think that there's a danger in that. Like, I don't know. It's a little bit scary.
Yeah, no, I get that vibe. I have a couple of people on my Instagram who it's, like, every waking moment they're posting about it. Like, just,
is that
like,
insane?
Even their coffee or I'm like, why do you need to... I know you're just having your morning coffee like everybody else does, but why do you feel the need to like...
You know why?
I'm not judging anyone for doing it. Like, you do you. Like, it's fine.
But I truly think these people are lonely. I think they're lonely, and I think when they post that picture of the coffee and they see, like, 100 people saw it, and even though it's just a coffee,
you feel seen. Everyone wants to feel seen.
You literally feel seen. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And it's sad, and like, that's why I think you'll notice, like, people who do that a lot, more than likely will hit a point where all of a sudden they'll disappear entirely.
Oh.
And it'll be like a day.
It just got really sad.
It'll be like a day where they don't post. And I had a friend, actually a comedian friend of mine, Kyle Carpenter, say, if you, what was it? He said something like, if all of a sudden someone's not posting on social media, they're either having the best time of their life or the worst.
Whoa, Kyle. Deep.
Really deep, right?
Really deep.
Because it's like, there's something to that where it's like, yeah, if I'm going to go on a vacation and I'm not posting, it's because I'm having too much fun. Mm-hmm. Or the person who always posts all of a sudden isn't, but it's because they've reached a point of burnout and they're feeling that, like, I need to get off of this thing. And like, this addiction
and then you wonder,
has taken me over.
Because that person who probably posts so much and then they disappear, do they have those interpersonal relationships for people to reach out to them?
Exactly.
Like, in that burnout
And maybe
phase.
they're doing it because they want people to reach out to them.
True.
She's sad.
She's sad.
But
that's why I just don't post on social media at all. I'm like,
I was just gonna ask. That might be our difference. Is that
that is true.
You're not as into social media as I am.
I just don't know how to. I just don't know how to do it.
Is it because you just don't know how to do it?
It's just inability and inadequacy with social media.
But you don't feel the need either, do you? Like, do you ever go, I wish I was posting more?
Because I feel like if you've never had something, you don't know what it's like to lose it.
If you've never been to Hawaii, you'll
never miss Hawaii.
You'll never miss it.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's not. I feel like if someone showed me how, then, like, even with Instagram, like, I'm on Instagram like a lot now. Like, not posting stuff.
You
just,
observe.
like, observe. I'm an observer. I'm a voyeur.
That's the better way to be, I think. I think that's better.
Yeah. So,
honestly.
like, and I try maybe not to reach out to, like, learn these things because maybe I still like, because I know the dangers of social media. Like, I've watched that fucking Netflix
Social
documentary.
Dilemma. Oh.
Yeah. I don't want those little robot people controlling what I think. So I try to, like, sit with my tinfoil hat in my fucking living room.
Yeah.
You know?
That's fair.
Microsoft Word, and that's it.
and like, these people who do it for their job, I do not envy it because
well, those
it's
going
gonna
to
be
be Social
exhausting.
Dilemma.
Yeah,
Like, they were fucked up about it. Like, the people that work for Google and whatever.
it's madness. It's something we should all keep in check. Like, I think if you're aware, like, I'm fully aware of the addiction, and I'd like to try to curb it somehow. And I think it might have to be, like, extreme measures. Like, I might just need to get someone to break my phone for me.
I'll do it.
Because I can't afford to get a new one. I'm like, no.
Welcome to my world, Sarah.
But I made a joke. I was like, I really want to pitch a reality show where we get the most influencer.
Speaking of which, that's like really weird.
Oh, it's Dynamite telling me about a sale to buy
that's
things.
okay.
That's not
fine.
so bad.
We need to be frugal. We're poor.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
But I think a fun reality show would be to get, like, people who are truly so addicted to it and have them go on a silent retreat. Like, I think that would be a fascinating reality show.
Well, there was, like, a reality show on Netflix. It was, like, The Circle.
Oh,
and
I've
they
heard of
couldn't.
this.
But they had their social media, but it was only, like, within the circle of people. But they couldn't have access to their phone. I think a lot of reality shows, you can't have access to your phones or social media.
That would be wild.
Because you could, like, totally blow the competition.
I would never do, like, Big Brother or Survivor, though. I could never do it.
You said you wanted to do Big Brother. You auditioned, like, many times.
I auditioned, but at the end of the day, I don't think I could do it.
Why?
I don't think I could be on camera without makeup.
You know what? Fucking fair point.
I am not there yet. Listen, I have a plan. I have a plan to get rich and get some fancy skincare and get this shit under control. My goal is actually to, like, be okay with myself without it and feel better au naturel. That's
Would you
my
ever do one of those
goal.
like no makeup challenges, like post a picture?
Nope. Not in
No?
1,000. I'd probably rather die.
You know what? Me too. We agree on that. You know what?
I'm fully honest when I say,
yeah.
Like, people tell me that all the time. They're like, you should do makeup tutorials. I was like, no, because that has to start with me not having makeup on.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I have, like, the worst mask knee right now.
Me too.
I have,
it's so
like,
bad.
welts all over my fucking face. Like, I literally... They're welts.
That's the right
You can't see them now because there's foundation on them. There are welts all over
the
the
correct word to describe it because I have the same fucking thing,
And then I fucking
man.
pick them and I look like I fucking do meth. Like, it's a struggle right now for skincare, I think.
I actually just ordered a shit ton of disposable masks because I hear that they're slightly better for
like
your
the
skin.
medical ones?
Because
they're so dry.
I'm also very convinced, though, that I'm allergic to detergent because, and I didn't notice this before because I don't think it was close to my face before, but every time I wear a mask and put a mask on, my nose just runs. It is like a faucet. And I know that it's not a cold because when I take it off, it goes away. So I'm convinced I'm allergic.
Of COVID.
No, right? Well, I got tested recently, and they were like, "Do you have any symptoms?"
Congratulations!
I have
on
one
your negative test, by the way.
negative test, baby.
Negative.
I only had one symptom, so they were like, "No, you're probably good." But yeah, no. Have you been?
What was your symptom?
Runny nose.
Oh, right.
But they said that you have to have a combo of runny nose and headache, or like runny nose and
it's like
cough.
shortness of breath, runny nose, headache, sore throat. If you have a combo of any of those two, then that's a
flags.
reason to go get tested.
But I had to get tested because I'm a fun person who stays out till 10 at bars. I love that. I'm working on a joke where it's like
bars.
where it's like, oh yeah, all these fun people have to get tested. You know, these are the people who are fun.
Yeah, maybe you'll meet your match in a fucking COVID assessment center. That's where all the fun people are.
We'll meet when we're both on ventilators.
Yeah. Whenever you're near each other, your heart rate like speeds up on the monitor.
Oh my god!
Connection.
Oh my god! We literally take each other's breath. We literally take each other's breath away. Take my breath away.
My gosh, Sarah, stop screaming every time Trevor's near her. What's going on?
My god, no. The COVID test wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
You the nose one?
Yeah. Is there a different kind?
I got tested at the beginning of COVID, and they just like did the inside of my nostrils and then the back of my throat.
Oh, I think I'd prefer just up the nose. The back of the throat would make me gag.
No, it was just like, you know when you get like strep tested or whatever, it was like not super far back. It was just like I don't know, where that little dangly thing hangs.
Yeah.
Cardi B, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The dangly thing in the back of your throat.
Okay, that's not so bad then.
It wasn't bad.
But they don't really do that
I
anymore.
also got the nose one. I've been tested 3 times just because of work. I didn't find it that bad.
I didn't either. I was very nervous.
Don't be afraid to get tested, people. Please, if you have a runny nose and a sore throat, go get tested. This is a PSA on this podcast.
Such a PSA. It's so easy. Takes no time. And like peace of mind is like will do you wonders.
If you think it's your common cold, it might not be. So go get tested. You might be starting the 3rd wave, so go. Are
we doing a video now? Are we doing a commercial for COVID testing?
Yeah.
I feel like we should make it like one of those 90s. Don't you put it in your mouth? Don't you put it in your mouth?
Or like this is your brain on drugs, like the egg. These are your lungs on COVID. It's just like hamburger meat.
Oh, that's all jokes aside.
You just get hungry?
Yeah, a little bit. Just thinking about the burrito I had earlier.
Oh yeah,
it was really, really good.
COVID in a bun.
COVID is serious though, people. I know we're making jokes, but fucking get tested.
Yeah, I gotta ask the questions to every house I go in as a paramedic.
Oh yeah,
and lots of people just go, no COVID here, no COVID here. I was like, all right,
but do you know?
Still have to go through each question, ma'am. Like,
right.
Please don't be a Karen right now.
Have you ran into anybody with it?
So they don't tell you if the patient you brought to the hospital has COVID because like usually we're wearing all the PPE if it is something COVID-y sounding.
Right.
But if we have an exposure, so like my PPE fails, like I have a rip in my gown, my face shield flies off for whatever reason, that kind of thing. And then we come in contact with someone who might have COVID, then they'll be like, you had an exposure.
So scary.
But I would still like to know.
Yeah,
I would still like to know if I'm in the back of an ambulance with someone, if they do
fully fair. Of all people to know, you guys should know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we are wearing PPE. It does cover like my full body and my eyes and my mouth, but there's still things that can happen, right?
But like we were talking about this before, and like mentally you're doing pretty good with everything, right? Like in terms of your paranoia level, and which is wild because you're a paramedic.
Yeah.
So like, but actually not wild because you probably want your paramedics to be calm and not.
You don't want to see us running.
Yeah. Or like just
screaming
with this look in your eyes, like
yeah. The same thing for flight attendants.
Yeah.
If you're on a plane, you don't want to see your flight attendant like bug-eyed, like being like
paramedics, doctors, pilots.
They're supposed to make everyone else feel calm.
Bikini waxers.
Yeah, that would be a scary. Like if she like ripped off a piece and like just like got scared, be like, "What? Did you rip off my labia? Like what is happening right now? Do I need to go get corrective surgery?"
Oh God.
I
would
had a
welcome
bikini wax.
Oh really? You
have you?
Oh yeah.
That was something we disagree on.
Okay.
Well, I guess we don't disagree. It's just like we haven't had the same experience.
Would you get one?
Yeah.
Are you saying that because you think you have to, or are you saying that because you genuinely want?
I'm scared.
Okay, well,
I'm scared.
That's so funny because on my list I had pubic hair as a point of discussion.
Oh yeah, let's get to your list. We haven't even fucking touched your list. No, I just like. Okay, this might be TMI for your podcast, but I
have you listened? This is TMI in a podcast.
I feel like I have like vagina anxiety.
Okay, explain.
Like I feel I don't want my vagina judged.
Oh, I mean, I think that's every single woman now.
You think so?
Yeah,
but I feel like I got my IUD in. Oh, this is way too high. Like a couple weeks ago, and it was very like.
That it hurts.
Oh yeah, it hurts.
I hear terrible things about it.
Well, I went into the sexual health clinic, and it's like a doctor that I've never met before. So you like, it's literally a stranger.
Yeah.
And I went in, and like I just like looked direct, like when you're going to get an IUD, and you're not gonna like fucking doll yourself up, like.
Oh, I would.
Yeah, I just.
Okay. I'm the type to probably shave for pap tests a little bit.
Oh, yeah. No, I had a male doctor who I thought was very attractive.
Oh shit!
I shaved and put body butter in my vagina.
Hopefully not in.
Well, around. And then he swabbed it and told me that there was like abnormal discharge on my swab. It wasn't.
Don't you love it when they do that?
It wasn't, Sarah. It was the body butter.
Shut the fuck up.
I fucking knew.
How did you
was,
know?
I just knew.
Yeah.
I just knew.
Well,
like,
because you know your discharge.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, I knew it was body butter. I'm like, I probably didn't rub it in all the way, but it was strawberry flavored body butter.
Yeah. Did you smell it? Did you smell the discharge?
Yeah. Jim and I actually wrote a sketch about this. I wrote a sketch about being sexually attracted to my doctor and being sexually turned on by having my pap done and putting body butter in that area based on personal experience. And then we actually recorded the sketch, and there were some pretty good sound effects in there.
My
God. But then we were like, I don't think this is palatable.
You gotta save that, though. You gotta use...
We have it. I'll send it to you.
Oh, please send it to me. That's so funny.
It's cringy. It's cringy, but like...
Is it like this is the swabbing like...
There's like a, like, yeah, like when he goes to put it in, there's like a dry sandpaper.
Oh, God. See, I'm riddled with HPV, so I have to get pap tests like twice a year.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've had so many paps that
Isn't
at this
there
point...
a vaccine for HPV now? Were we too young to get it?
I got it, and it only protects you against certain strands.
It's like the flu.
Yeah. So, like, it's a good base, but it doesn't prevent you from getting all the, like, there's so many strands of HPV, right?
Yeah, right, because it's a virus.
Yeah, like, I definitely am
I know things. I know there's different strains of viruses.
What does HPV stand for? Do you know that?
Human papilloma?
That's what I was going to say, too. That's my guess. I think it is. Look it up.
Are we right?
I'm pretty sure we're right.
Papilloma? I was about to say papillon, but that means butterfly in French.
Human Pamela
Human Pamela virus?
Human Pamela. Human papilloma.
Papilloma.
Yeah, I think we're saying it right. Yeah.
Papilloma. Papillomavirus.
It's a little bitch. I hate it. I get a lot of pap tests and they're high, and I have a tilted cervix, so they're even more painful for me, which is why I will never get an IUD. Never. Unless I find someone really awesome who wants to come at me a bunch.
Yeah. That's why I got mine. No. It's because my periods were making me
Is that why?
Yeah.
But see, the thing is,
I was hemorrhaging every month with my periods. They were way too heavy.
Oh, God.
And I was like, this can't be right. I definitely did not get an IUD. Look, it was funny because like after I got it put in, the doctor was like, all right, you can't have anything in your vagina for 7 days. That includes like tampons and penises. And I was like, well, one of those two is going to be not a problem. I'm sure you can guess which one. But yeah, no, it was like weird because like, so again, like I was like just dressed in like grungy clothes, right? You're going to get like something inserted into your uterus. You're like, I'm not going to glam. Well, you might have. You might have. I was wearing like just like stretchy yoga pants, like a hoodie. I was wearing my Converse with no socks. And then I'm pretty sure she thought I was like a homeless person. Cause like I came in and she was like, all right, you can like, you can take your clothes off and put on a Johnny shirt. She's like, you can also keep your socks on. And then she like looked down. She's like, oh, you're not wearing any. And it was like a rainy November day. I was like, no, I am not wearing socks right now.
I don't blame you because I hate socks. I fucking hate
socks too.
Okay,
if I could wear flip-flops year round, that'd be my...
If I could just wear like nothing on my feet.
Yeah.
Ever. That'd be great.
Yeah. Except like you don't want like rocks and stuff in your feet.
I like a pair of flats that I can wear with bare feet. Those are my favorite.
I was a huge flat fan. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I go like I put my feet up in the hoister, and so it's called hoister. I don't know. It's like something from Saw. And I was so nervous, like I could feel like my butt cheeks clenching. Like I'm like,
and that's the thing. They're always like, relax. How the fuck are we
You're in such a compromising position.
Oh my god, it's the most vulnerable position.
And like pap smears are like okay because you know it's just like a Q-tip that like goes in and it's out. I'm getting something foreign inserted into my body,
and even further up, like you're going into your uterus.
Yeah,
like it's a totally different thing.
So she went to grab my legs. And she's like, this is my hand. Because as soon as she put her hand, I was like, what is that, right? Because you're lying back. You don't know what's going on down there. She's like, it's my hand. It's my hand. I was like, okay. We're doing all right. And she's like, I'm going to put some freezing in. So she's like, you're going to feel a little sting and a pressure. I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel any pain with the freezing. And I was like, oh, did you do it? And she's like, yeah, I did it like 5 minutes ago. And I was like, I didn't feel that at all.
In the cervix?
Yeah, I think she freezes like around your cervix and like vagina.
Right.
And I was like, I didn't feel anything. She goes, this is going to go very well for you. And I was like, fuck yeah, acing this test.
Really?
And then she goes, I'm going to measure your uterus now. And she's like, this is where people feel more pain because I guess they have to go through the cervix, which is like the most painful part. Anyways, didn't feel that either.
Okay.
And I go, I didn't feel that at all. And she goes, good job, Vanessa. And I was like, thanks.
I know. They're always like, you're doing so good. You're doing so good.
I was so proud of my vagina in that moment. I was like, we fucking got this. And then she goes, now I'm going to put in the IUD. And I was like, well, I aced the other 2 tests, so I'm going to ace this one.
Shut the fuck up.
She puts it in and immediate cramping.
Like, is it like period cramps?
But worse.
Yeah,
like 10 times worse and like all at once. Because you know period cramps kind of like come on gradually. Like you start to feel this was like the worst one all at once. And now I know my pain response because I don't think I've ever felt that amount of pain at once. Like I haven't really broken a bone, knock on wood, or like had any like traumatic injury. And instead of screaming and going like, ah, ow, I just went, it hurts, like super fast. I'm like, it hurts. Because I was like too much of a pussy to like actually scream and let my pain out. But so I just kept going, it hurts. And she's like, hey, I'm almost done. I'm like, oh, thank God. As soon as she like, it was in though, it was gone. The pain was gone.
See, I heard that when you have IUDs that it actually makes you bleed really heavy for like weeks.
Depends
and
on
weeks.
which one you get.
Yeah.
If you get the copper one, yes. But I got the Mirena, which has hormones in it, which is supposed to completely stop your period.
Right. So if you're someone who doesn't want the hormone one.
Yeah, because basically the people who get the non-hormonal one is because they had issues with birth control.
A lot of people have. I find it does me great.
That's good.
I don't know why I said it like that. I guess I just mean like
hormones does the naughty good for Sarah. Fuck.
I've been on and off the pill. Like, I'll be on it, and then I'll go off of it, because I'm like, I think it's making me depressed. Turns out it's just my life making me depressed.
Turns out it's just your depression making you depressed.
It's always going to be there. And when I'm on the pill, my skin's slightly better.
There we go. Also makes your boobies a little bigger.
And also, if you have a little,
Fun fact.
if you have a little oopsie daisies, you know you're not going to get preggers, and that's really nice.
Yeah, that's a comforting thought.
Although that doesn't happen very often. I'm, condom gal all the way.
Oh, you
Gotta
should be
wrap
doing
that.
both.
Yeah.
This is another health PSA.
Yeah.
Not only is this a comedy podcast, but this is like a COVID and sexual health podcast.
Wear your mask.
Wear your mask.
Wrap
Wear your condoms.
dick.
Yeah. No love without a glove.
No love without a glove.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So okay. We derailed again, but I love it so much. So pubic hair.
Oh right, yes.
Yay or nay?
I'm
Or do you make artwork in it? Do you do a bit of both?
I wish I was that like tactile with my hands. I'd love to put like little hearts or flowers or
That'd be
rosebuds.
so cute.
But I'm usually a nay, like for myself, but only if I'm like with someone.
Right.
If I'm on my own, it's a wild forest down
I think
there.
quarantine
Honestly,
was honestly the first time that I actually
my
saw
leg
full
hair was
bush.
blending in with my pubic.
Yeah. Because I think, like, with quarantine, it's like, we're not fucking
This
for a
episode's
while.
gonna get me so many dates.
I fucking love it. But you know what? Men these days are into bush.
They are.
Bush is actually back.
But
Bush
I feel
is back.
like a coiffed bush. You know what I
Coiffed.
mean? Coiffed.
Like tight? Like, wait, what does coiffed mean?
No, like there's hair, but it's like controlled.
Control.
Like I'm like honestly, I have so much body hair. I feel like I have PCOS, and I've like never been diagnosed with it. I have to pluck my chin hair like literally every day.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes down, and sometimes I'll just get like a really long one that's like 3 inches long.
I've heard
sticking
of
out my neck.
this. I've heard of this. I only get the peach fuzz, but I've heard of women.
You've heard of people like me?
Kirsten is like you.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, Kirsten.
I just outed her.
Yeah, and then like shaving. Like I'll shave my legs within 2 hours. It'll start growing back.
Yeah, I shave my legs literally every second day. I'm not even joking when I say that.
Well, you got dark hair. I've got kind of dark hair too.
I think, I would love to get LASIK.
Me too.
On probably.
My whole body.
Yeah, I actually think everything. Legs, pube area.
Pube area for sure. Can they laser your vagina? Is
You
that
can
safe?
laser it all off if you want.
Really?
You can. Although
What
I
about
think
your butthole.
I think so. That would really hurt. Although, like
I feel like lasering hurts.
I've had my butthole waxed, and it actually hurts less than the vag area.
Yeah.
Because the skin is tough as shit.
Yeah.
Literally.
It works hard.
It's been through a lot.
It's been through a lot. Tough old butthole skin.
Tough old skin. Yeah, I would totally get laser or LASIK.
Me too. I think I would like get it, like on my pubes. Because I get like the worst razor burn when I shave.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
me
feel like
too.
if I could just like completely eliminate that for the rest of my life.
I love a wax. Like in the summer, I'll do wax. Like I'll do like 2 waxes a summer.
Tell me where you go. Like hopefully we have waxing back in the summer.
Wax on Spring Garden, man.
Okay.
It's so good.
Wax on?
Because like
Wax
they're
on.
just waxing. Like that's their specialty. So they
Okay.
do it really well. And they sell these things. They're like little scrubbies. They're like little shower scrubbies.
Yeah.
That like are good for like exfoliating and stuff afterwards, which is good for
Okay.
the razor burn.
Because I'll shave with like shaving lotion or whatever, and then put moisturizer on afterwards. But then I'll wear like my tough work pants,
Yeah.
which are like super coarse, like a thick
yeah.
material, and then just like
It's never a good time. It's so bad when it gets itchy down there. I hate that. The worst part of getting waxed, I think, is waiting for your hair to grow out to a point where you can get it waxed again. Because the
Yeah.
more you wax, the like longer it takes for your hair to grow.
Do you get like shaving pimples or like
Oh, yeah.
waxing pimples like after you get waxed?
No, not really. Not if you go to a good place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sold.
Yeah, I love it. I love it so much.
If not for anyone, I will get it done for myself.
do it. It just makes you feel
Treat yourself.
like nice. I don't know. I feel like that's like what like a tushy would make people feel. Have you heard of the tushy?
No.
The butthole cleaner thingy. It's like a bidet attachment for like your toilet.
That sounds amazing.
I honestly I would like to get one.
Yeah. Tushy.
I got IBS, so
We're getting real.
I know I might have to cut
on this podcast. No, fuck. No, we're keeping it all. We're not cutting any of this. The people need to know. It's what real women deal with.
I love it. I just have on here, are you high maintenance?
Am I high maintenance? No.
You're not? Okay.
No,
So we
absolutely
might be,
not. Do you see what I'm wearing?
We might differ on that then.
You see this Blink-182 t-shirt?
Maybe
this is high maintenance. I don't know.
Okay, so okay, how long does it take you to get ready in the morning?
It depends. So if I'm going to work, literally like 10 minutes. Can we also remember what I do for work though?
True.
Because if I do a full face of makeup,
you're covered anyway.
Yeah, like if I have to go do a cardiac arrest, like everything's coming off near the end of the day.
But what about post-COVID times? Would you do a little more before COVID?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, you're right.
Pre-COVID,
pre-COVID, I did, but it wasn't a lot. It was just like basic foundation and maybe some mascara.
Okay.
And that was it. Because at work, like our job isn't glamorous. And it's like, well, I feel like no one's job is really glamorous, but like ours is really like we can get in some pretty like dirty situations.
Yeah.
And it's like
that's so true.
And then you feel because you want to keep your makeup nice, and then but you're all dirty, and you're like, it's better just to go in kind of like blank slate, and then
that makes sense
from there.
Okay, let's take it outside of work then. Let's say a girls' night out or like a night out, like where you're dressing up a bit more. How long we talking?
Oh, like 2 hours.
Okay, so you might be more high maintenance than you think. That's true.
I'm like I'm like you. Like if I go out, like even for tonight, like I did my makeup. And I usually don't do my makeup if I'm at home, but putting on a face and doing my hair and stuff is like a whole thing for me. Yeah.
Do you get ready with people or without people?
Without. Because I'll be... Do we agree? Does that mean we agree?
Yeah, absolutely. For me...
I'm too self-conscious to get ready with people, I think.
I am too, and also I hate when people talk to me because I can't focus on what I'm doing.
Yes.
So like...
I feel like I'm being rushed.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm very pro, like, let's get ready at our separate places, get together like an hour before we go out to pre-drink, and then go out together. But let's get ready separately. Like I'm so
and it's like also
that.
with like my social anxiety, like getting ready on my own just gets me like in the zone.
Yes.
Gets me like prepared for like what I'm about to embark on.
Fucking love
I feel
it.
like I need that like me time.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we totally agree on that. What about like, okay, have you done camping? Are you a camper person?
I used to camp with like my parents, but like parents do everything for you when you're a kid when you're camping. This year, Sarah, this past summer was the first time where I'm like, I'm gonna fucking do this on my own. Jim and I went camping together. And we bought everything. We bought a tent. We bought a charcoal grill. It was a disaster. We ended up having a great time because it was a disaster. But I was like, yeah, I got this charcoal grill, whatever. We get there and we already just start pounding back the Blue Lobsters. We're like, let's just get fucking drunk. And it was like a family campground, like owned by like a family. Like it was really small. There was like 12 campsites or something like that. Like it wasn't like a big, like it wasn't like a provincial park type of thing.
Right.
And they had like raised kind of platforms where you put your tent. So Jim and I tried to like set up the tent, and eventually like apologize to Jim, but I'm kind of like, just let me do it.
Right.
Just let me fucking do it. You're getting in the way. Like I can have this up and like, oh, your cat's on top of your bookshelf. We just turned into crazy cat ladies right now.
We just literally captured
abandoned story.
Our voices went up several octaves.
And we both started waving too. Like the cat was like gonna wave back. And, like we expected like a reciprocation. Hi, Pippi. Oh, it's okay.
Hey, Mindy, are you hyper? What's
her name?
Mindy.
Minnie?
Mindy.
Mindy. Like Mindy Kaling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaling.
Is that what her name? Kaling.
Mindy Kaling.
I actually love her. Don't tell her I fucked up her name.
I won't.
Don't tell. I know you're close with Mindy Kaling. So.
What were we? The camping.
The camping.
Raised platform.
Yeah, I put up the tent. I pumped up the air mattress. Jim kept drinking Blue Lobsters. And then we were getting really hungry because we were really drunk, and we brought like a really good spread. We brought like sausages, potatoes, corn on the cob. We're gonna try and cook it all on this charcoal grill.
Holy shit.
We didn't know how hard it was to light a charcoal grill. I think we used all of our lighter fluid in like 10 minutes.
Did it light it off?
Just keep pouring it on, keep lighting it up. Eventually it'll catch. It would just go like, and then just like none of the charcoal would be lit.
Shit.
Our whole campground smelled like fucking gasoline because Jim and I were just like lighting things with lighter fluid.
Did you end up cooking anything?
No. So thankfully the campground had a communal barbecue, propane barbecue.
Oh, that's lovely.
Underneath like this little like hut.
Yeah.
And we were like, thank God. So we cooked sausages at like midnight.
That sounds amazing though.
Yeah.
But at least you fucking did it. I haven't even done that yet.
You haven't done it? It was a learning experience. It was like, and then I kept the charcoal grill, and then I went camping with Jim and I. The day after, we actually drove to a restaurant to have breakfast because we're like, we can't fucking cook.
It's fair.
Yeah, so we drove to a restaurant and ate some grilled cheeses, and then no, it was an interesting camping experience, but we were just like, we were too drunk to operate.
That's like a really good story though.
Yeah, it was good. We had a really good time. Like we were scared for a moment. We're like, we're gonna starve, and then we're like, wait,
were you only gone for one night?
We were literally gone for one night. But we were so drunk, we're like, how the fuck are we gonna eat? Like, and we were also high, and like, it was just
That's
like
so funny.
But yeah, thank God for the communal fucking campground. And like, so the second night we were there, so we were there for 2 nights. The second night we were there, it rained all day. And like, what do you do when it rains and you're tent camping?
I don't know. I need someone, because I love the woods. I love a hike.
Yeah.
I love having an allotted amount of time in the woods and then going home. That's I really do enjoy that, but I just don't understand the appeal of like sitting in a tent in the rain. Like, I guess you talk. I guess that's what you do.
We got really high. We did edibles. And there was like kind of a clubhouse like in the middle of the campground. So it had like a tin roof, had like a long table with benches, a fridge where you could like store your food if you wanted to. Like, it was a really like set up.
You're kind of glamping a bit.
Yeah, we thought we were gonna die, and then we're like, wait, this campground has all the amenities that we need to survive. It had running water, it had bathrooms and showers and stuff. So yeah, we were kind of glamping. We just had a tent. So we took edibles, and we found these, like, I call them Muskoka chairs. Those, like, big lounge chairs. Or people call them Adirondack chairs. I guess depending where you're from.
Okay.
Ontario, we usually call them Muskoka chairs. Because lots of people in Muskoka have them, I guess.
Yeah.
So anyways, Jim and I were like, it's raining. Let's just sit in this tin roof lodge and eat edibles and whatever. So we're sitting there. We're looking out the window at the rain falling down the ocean. And I got so high that I fell asleep. So I fell asleep in the Adirondack chair, and then I guess I must have dreamt this.
Oh my God.
But I dreamt that the owner of the campground, who's like this middle-aged like dude, came in and yelled at me and Jim for being too high. Like,
that sounds like a high person dream.
Literally, like, yelled at us and was like, you guys need to leave and go like back to your tent. And so I woke up and I was like, Jim, I don't know if this actually happened or not. And I literally, and he's like, what? And I was like, did the guy just come in and like get mad at us? And he was like, you don't remember that? And I'm like, no. And he's like, yeah, he came in and he told us like, we need to leave, that this is a communal space and we need to get out. He's like, I can't believe you're so fucked up that you don't remember that.
Shit.
Yeah. And then I got super sad. I was like, oh, I'm so fucked up. Like, I shouldn't be this fucked up. Like I got super sad about how I let myself get fucked up. And there was like a good like 15-minute like expanse being like Jim being like, you good? Like, you're fucked up. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'll be fine.
Don't tell a fucked up person that they're fucked up.
Do you know what he does? He's like, I'm just joking.
Shut the hell
He
up.
never came in. He never said anything. I was like,
God, that's
fuck
cruel.
you.
That is so cruel.
I know.
Jen.
And he's like, just like fucking with you.
Funny, but cruel.
It was funny. We laugh about it.
But but at the end of the day, you're probably not a fan of camping, eh?
You know what?
A little like,
and like that trip was like on and off. They're like you make the best out of it, right? When things go wrong, you just gotta roll with the punches. You can't get upset about anything.
Yeah, fair.
I did make a dope camping meal though when I was super high, like right after that incident happened with me thinking that my dream was reality or vice versa, whatever. It was like cut up pieces of steak, potatoes, onions, and garlic butter and cheese, and you just wrap it in foil and cook it on the barbecue.
I mean, that sounds amazing.
Oh, it was
That's
like
a TikTok
Philly
sandwich.
cheesesteak bowl, and like we were so high, and we were just like so happy that we could like cook something. We were like, oh, this is so fucking good. Just like shoving
Right?
it in our
Because you're
mouths.
like, you're out in the elements, so like the simple act of like having food feels more fun.
Yeah, we're like, we managed to sustain ourselves.
Yeah, well, but that's good. I don't have that skill. I don't know how to fucking like make a fire or like.
I don't know how to make a
pitch
fire
a tent
either.
or
Then neither did Jen. So we
anything?
never had a fire, and that was the one thing I wanted. The whole camping trip was I just wanted a fire.
I mean, is it hard? It can't be hard.
I don't think you need to know the physics of like it, I guess. Like the wood and the oxygen and like, you know, the kindling. You gotta start with
That's
some
right.
kindling, and then you gotta build it up and like make a little like pyramid. So I went a couple weeks later. I went camping with my girlfriends.
Oh, so you've been a couple times.
I went
You're-
twice this summer.
Oh,
I am
okay.
a woods woman.
You went with girlfriends campground or no campground?
A campground.
Okay.
Huey Park.
Okay.
Huey Park. That sounds wrong. It was like off of Waverly Road.
Okay.
Yeah, like Fall River area.
Oh, cool.
And there was like 2 tents, and there was 4 of us, and it like most of the girls had gone camping before, so they knew how to make fires. I learned how to work my charcoal grill, so we got that working. It was like the experiences were different. Like they were both great in their own way.
But you learned, and that's why it was better because you learned from your mistakes.
We grow. We grow as people and as campers. I have to go to the bathroom.
Yes, go to the bathroom. I'm gonna get a bubbly because I don't like this cider. Where were we? We left off at we're talking about camping. What else do I have here? So I have we talked about being high maintenance. I think you're like medium maintenance. I don't think I think you're like
physically maybe low maintenance, emotionally high maintenance.
oh, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Are you messy?
No. Well, okay. We talked about this earlier, kinda. My home, very clean.
Your
Very
car.
organized. My car, fucking atrocious. Like a bomb fucking went off in it.
I
I
kinda
still
wanna go
have
see
my
it.
camping stuff from July that I haven't unpacked in my car.
Well, where are you gonna put that anyway?
Exactly. My car is basically storage because I have no storage in my apartment.
Isn't that what it is for most people, though? Like, I feel like most people, like, their cars are just an extension of their apartment or their home.
Yeah, it's like I don't see value in bringing this thing up into my home. I'm just going to leave it in my car.
I feel like, yeah, if I had a car, I would be the same. I would probably have a lot of McDonald's bags.
Oh, yeah.
Probably
I try
like-
to get rid of those so it doesn't remind me of what I did. Like, yeah. Try to bring those up so when I get in my car, I'm like oh, fuck, Vanessa again.
Are you a fast food person? Do you love fast food?
I am a fast food junkie.
Oh my god,
It's
me
really
too.
bad. It's really bad. What's your favorite fast food place?
I mean, I think it has to be McDonald's. If we're
McDonald's, I
talking
like
overall, Wendy's is great. I just feel like I don't go to Wendy's as much. And maybe if I lived near one, it would be different. But like McDonald's is right fucking there. Like
Yeah.
it's just always open. It's 24 hours. Like
And
it
McDonald's
is just
always
consistent.
tastes like McDonald's.
It's consistent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think McDonald's would be my, but like love me some fucking fried chicken from KFC or Mary Brown's
Ooh,
too.
I don't like. Oh, we disagreed. I don't like
Ooh,
KFC.
You don't like KFC?
No, I'm not really like a huge fast food fried chicken. Like I like good fried chicken if it's from like a restaurant, like you know, like hand breaded, not the Colonel's fucking recipe.
12
or whatever.
spices.
12 spices.
Is it 12? 9?
I don't know. What is it?
How many spices are in?
I just like I find KFC like the skin is like
What
really
is the
gross
best
on
part?
it.
It's the best part.
Mm-mm. It's just like greasy.
Okay, we
and they always
disagree
have
on
that
that.
like bright green neon coleslaw, which is really gross.
So good, Vanessa.
It's like the same color as mint chocolate chip ice cream.
It's
like those things shouldn't be.
good. How many spices? Let's see. How many spices? I don't. Does it say 11 herbs and spices? We were close.
Well, salt, pepper. There's probably some garlic powder, thyme. That's all I got. There can't be 11
Onion powder?
spices. MSG? Does that count as a spice?
Sadness.
Yes.
Tears.
The Colonel's tears. Human tears.
Yeah. I Mary Brown's is so fucking good too.
Mary Brown's is good. I've always wanted to go to a Popeyes. I've never been to Popeyes. Have you gone to Popeyes?
No, but it looks amazing.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
I am a huge fast food junkie. Like, especially after like a shitty shift at work and I don't want to cook. I'm like, Wendy's drive-thru, Junior Bacon Cheeseburgers.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and they have this like really good burger. It's like, well, it's not really good. To me, it's good because I just like eat like crap. But it's like just a cheeseburger with like a slice of cheese and then their cheese sauce on top of the cheese. And then I add pickles to it. So it's like a cheesy cheddar sauce burger with pickles. It's fucking good. Try it. Life hack.
Is that like something on the menu or something you have to customize?
Well, no, the cheesy cheddar burger is on the menu and then you just add pickles to it.
You gotta add the pickles.
Yeah.
You need, I feel like, yeah, I'm pro pickle, always.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever watched like, what are they called? Like mukbangs?
Oh yeah, I've done a couple on here.
You've done some?
So we did a live stream, must have been 2 years ago now. Or thereabouts, where we did a McDonald's mukbang. Like I ordered like 10 orders of large fries.
Do one?
Yeah, absolutely. We can do one. I mean, I'm not fucking anytime soon, so let's do this.
We're in the second wave, baby. It's the time for mukbangs.
It would be fun to do. Yeah, it would be fun to do like a specific one. Like there was a time where I was like, I want to do a garlic finger mukbang where I order like a small garlic fingers from like 5 places, like pick the winner or something, like, or like nuggets. Like we could just do chicken nuggets. Like I think it'd be fun to do something specific, but also just really anything.
There's like, do you ever watch the Try Guys on YouTube?
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
but
so they have an episode where like Keith is one of my favorite Try Guys, and he goes to like a place and eats everything on the menu of one. Like so, he did, like,
that's insane.
He did like an Olive Garden one, and where he was like in the back of a U-Haul, and they would like deliver the food to the back of and he had it set up like an Italian restaurant in the back of this U-Haul, and he's like, it's so hot back here, and he's just trying to eat like all the pasta.
I need your opinion on a certain fast food joint.
Yeah, hit me.
I'm scared because I'm actually scared that like this might
this is gonna break our dynamic right now.
Well, like I feel like this it shows a lot of people's character, whether or not they like this place.
Burger King,
Taco Bell.
I fucking love Taco Bell.
Yes.
One time I drove to Stewiacke to get Taco Bell because the one in the mall was closed, and Mama wanted some Crunchwrap Supreme.
Hell yes.
I drove to exit 11 on the 102 on a fucking Sunday when I was hungover to get Taco Bell.
Ding ding. You know what I actually did?
Ding. Click fucking clack.
Over.
Clickety clack.
Is that the title? Clickety clack.
Clickety clack is the title. Yeah.
Over quarantine, I actually made my own homemade crunch wrap. You can make them.
Well, yeah, because I guess you just need like a tortilla and then like a hard round taco like tostada.
Yes, they're hard to find.
Yes.
Another thing you can do is you can just toast some tortilla in the oven and use that, like just cut a circle. It's quite good, but I mean, listen.
Do you make cheese sauce or did you get like queso? Like
I got
like
queso.
Tostitos queso?
Yeah.
That's like tastes more like Taco Bell though.
Yeah. But nothing beats a fucking crunch wrap. Although I wish there was more
really
filling
like
in
their fries Supreme where they put beef and
that's what we should order the whole Taco Bell menu.
We should do a Taco Bell mukbang. I'm totally
like
down.
one of each thing.
Yeah, because I don't think I've ever tasted the whole but I feel like the Taco Bell menu pretty much probably all taste the same.
Probably.
I feel like everything has the same flavor profile.
I'm pretty like I love Taco Bell, but I haven't tried a lot of it. So I think
next episode maybe not next episode. Maybe like we'll wait a month and we'll do a Taco Bell mukbang.
We're gonna clear our schedules because I'm gonna have diarrhea for probably 3 days.
Sarah and I will do enemas and then we'll do a Taco Bell mukbang.
I love that you love it because so many people are like,
I love fake cheese flavor.
Yeah, it's great.
Like Velveeta or
KD
like
shakers. Like the shakers, you can get like the cheese powder.
So
like
you just put that shit on everything.
Yeah. Or you could add extra.
Yeah.
Also,
I love mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is my favorite food.
The fake cheese on Doritos, like on Doritos Zesty.
Well, Taco Bell has like Dorito tacos.
Yes, they do.
Made out of the Dorito shells.
Oh man, I'm so glad we agree on that.
We're gonna get diabetes after the next podcast
That's
episode.
such a sticking point for me. I hate people who don't like Taco Bell because I feel like I can't.
Are there people that don't like Taco Bell?
There's definitely snobs out there that are like, that's not real Mexican food. Or it's like, of course it's not.
Those
it's Taco
people
Bell.
probably are so fun at parties.
Right? They're the least fun. Like anyone who's like a grammar Nazi or like doesn't like Taco Bell, I don't think we can be friends.
I feel like I'm kind of a grammar Nazi, but for like...
Are you annoying about it though?
No. I like for obvious things, because I feel like my grammar is not like perfect, but like if you like there, and there, like something like that, I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Pretty, you know, that annoys me.
What if it's an obvious typo? What if it's very obvious that
like the K is right next to the...
Exactly.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I wouldn't point that out.
Yeah, fair.
I don't think I would even point out there, and there. It just like intrinsically irks me. I wouldn't tell you.
Okay, that's good. That
I don't need to start an argument about...
I don't think that you're a grammar Nazi then.
No.
Grammar Nazis are like on their high horse about it.
Yeah, like usually
You know?
I'll like read something that somebody posts and I'll just be like, oh. That's as far as it goes. Like it's just like me being sad but not saying anything about it, which is most of my fucking conflicts in life.
Here's a weird one. Do you run hot or cold temperature wise?
Hot.
Same.
I'm constantly sweating.
Same. I was sweating doing my hair tonight. Literally, I was curling my hair and I could feel the sweat dripping down my legs.
Literally, like, okay, so now at work, my uniforms are so thick, but then I have to wear all my PPE, which is like a gown and like a face shield and face mask, gloves, like over everything. If I have to walk upstairs to a patient's house, I'm like huffing and puffing and sweating by the time I get there. And then I have to ask the COVID questions. So I'm like, have you been out for the Atlantic provinces for the past 14 days? And they're like, are you fucking okay? I'm like, do you have a new cough? Like trying to like hold it together. And they're like, this girl.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, I'm constantly hot. I sleep with a fan on even in the wintertime.
Same. I actually open my windows in the winter because I don't control my heat in this apartment. They just have it cranked at all times. So I'm like, my favorite feeling as someone who runs hot too is sleeping in a freezing cold room.
But piling the blankets on.
Being under the covers.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Okay, we're on the same page with that one. Are you usually early or late? You were early
right
tonight?
On time.
And I
leaving no minutes in between. Like so late. I'd say late. Like verging on late. Like on time, but late. If I'm gonna be on time, yeah. No, I'm never early. I'm usually like right on time or late.
I'm always
even though
late.
Today I was early.
Yeah, you were early.
I was like 10 minutes early, but like for work, I'm like running in at the last.
I hate the people who are always early. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, why do you have your shit together so hard? What are you eating for breakfast?
Like I always joke. I'm like, Sarah time is like a half hour. I'm usually a half hour late to everything.
A half hour. Okay, so you're late to everything.
Not work. I'm good with work.
Yeah, same.
But like plans.
Okay, you know what? I'll rephrase that. For work, I'm always on time because you can be penalized, but your friends cannot penalize you for being late. They will just
deep down inside resentment.
They will just tell you to come a half hour before the thing actually starts, so that you're actually on time.
Yeah, exactly. If they'll
figure it out. They won't say anything to you, but they'll figure it out.
My biggest challenge in doing comedy was learning to go early to comedy shows because for so long I was the bitch that would run in like 15
like when you were like supposed
15
to go on?
minutes. Well, not when I started, but when I was actually just going to shows as an observer, I was always late to them. Like I was always sneaking in like right as like the first person was finishing up or something. So when I started comedy and had to be 15 minutes to a half hour early to every show, I was like, this is going to be a challenge for me.
Yeah.
Because like I have to be
But probably
ready.
with like I feel like performing though and having to be like there, like your anxiety and adrenaline's probably going that you like want to get there early to like, set. It's almost like going to work.
Yeah.
Like you want to like, you know, have good vibes and like,
honestly,
set yourself up for the day.
If I'm running late, I will cab or I will do something to get me there even faster. The only time that I was like pretty late to one was like the ladies' night show, but in all fairness, there was a fucking snowstorm and like we had a shit ton of comics drop out and like we were all just trying to get there and it was like ice on the roads, so there was kind of a reason for that. No, but I'm very rarely on time. It's very stressful.
I think with my friends, they know I'm always going to be a little late.
You're like a little late though. You're not like drastically late.
Like 15 to half an hour.
Okay, so around the same.
Yeah. Yeah,
Jesus. I just
hot messes over here.
I love this question because I think I know where I was going with this. Which is, how stressful is your life day to day? Like, do you find yourself
10 out of 10?
Do you find
Very
yourself
stressful.
overwhelmed every day, like getting all the things you have to get done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's never a day where there's like nothing I need to do. Like there's always something or
Yes.
something that like have to plan for in the future. Like, and I think that's just my anxiety. Like nothing ever feels finished. So as soon as I wake up in the morning, I feel stressed about like what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna plan, like who I'm gonna see.
Yeah.
Like scheduling social things and
Yeah.
with work things, and I only have like a certain number of days off, so you try to like meal prep and like
You try to prepare for like the days that are more packed.
exactly.
But then you pack your days preparing for those other days.
And then you're like, oh, I'm gonna like hang out with people because that's something that you do as a human. And then it just
And then it gets
and then you get stressed because you're like, well, maybe I should have taken that time to just relax and take me time, but like I gotta keep my social connections going and like
This is what adult life is. No one told us growing up that when you're this age, you will be you'll have to plan fun.
yeah, and it's stressful to plan fun.
Yeah.
And sometimes even the fun is stressful.
Yeah.
Like
Because for me, there's nothing more stressful, and I will be doing it on December 19th, which is my 9-year single anniversary. December 19th, I'm
coming over.
I'm having people over, so mark your fucking calendars. But there's nothing more stressful to me than inviting like 5 to 10 people to like a party that I'm having and just watching them drop. Like the day will come, and I'll just be like, okay, just checking. Are you still coming? Because I'm the planner. Like, I'm the person who wants to bring people together.
Yeah.
And, like, I will make the plans. Like, sometimes hate doing it, but I'll do it. But then as soon as one person bails, I will spiral and I will be like,
yeah.
is everybody else going to bail?
I don't like making like party plans. I hate
stressful.
I hate birthday parties. I hate my birthday.
When's your birthday again?
April 14th.
Oh, yeah. You're Aries, right?
Yeah, Aries. But like
April
I just
14th.
don't like I threw like I think a house party for myself once on my 24th birthday, and it was like the most stressful thing ever.
So that was going to be another question of mine, is how you deal with birthdays. We could be different on that too, because I'm the type to want to be that I always want to be the chill girl on my birthday. I'm always like, we'll just be chill. We'll just do dinner. And then I'm like, oh no, let's do a fucking, like, this past birthday, I combined it with the InTalksicated anniversary because it happened around the same time.
Yeah.
And I did a fucking live show. Like, I did a show for my birthday. So, like, I do tend to go probably bigger.
You pretend that you don't want anything
I
big,
pretend.
but deep down.
But mark my
want it.
words, put it on the podcast because it'll hold me accountable. My plan for this next birthday, which will be 34. Kill me. Literally, I don't know why that scares me so much.
Because it's close to 35.
I think it is.
35 is like a variable that we're like
35
that
is
marks like halfway points, like 5.
35 is a geriatric pregnancy. If you got pregnant,
I feel like 30 is a geriatric.
I think it's anything above either 34.
I think you're most viable when you're like 21 or something.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
You know what?
We're gonna need all the prenatal help and vitamins. And
My friends told me it's the way to go because you get special treatment if you're an older lady having babies.
probably get a private room, no charge.
Yeah, exactly. What age geriatric pregnancy is? Okay, over 35. I was right.
Oh, okay.
So what I'll be, yeah. So for this next birthday, because I know I'm going to be spiraling because I haven't met the love of my life yet, is I want to go to the Nordic spa and like have a night.
I've always wanted to go to the Nordic spa. I've actually been talking to my friend Tori about this, and I'm like, can we have a spa day like for Christmas? I wanted to buy myself just a day to the Nordic spa.
I would love that too.
Yeah,
I would love that. I have a man on Instagram who's wants to buy me a pass.
Well, can you buy your friend a pass?
Probably. I talked him into it.
Yeah, like I'll show up on your OnlyFans. It's gonna get me a day to the fucking Nordic spa. Sign me up.
You know what? It's
Shit's
insane
expensive.
how much men love to use their money to make themselves feel better.
Honestly,
it's insane.
People are like, oh, like I don't have an OnlyFans, but for people who have OnlyFans, they're like, oh, don't you feel like you're exploiting yourself? I'm like, are you really the ones being exploited, or are these men being the ones exploiting themselves?
Truly.
If they're dumb enough to spend money on something that you already have, you know what I mean?
I can't help but laugh because, like, I do have an OnlyFans, and I started real hot. Because I didn't promote it publicly, and I only sent it to, like, guys who would, like, fire emoji me all the time. Like, men that I wasn't friends with.
Money, right? When you live stream and they send emojis, I'm learning.
Yeah.
When they send you emojis, that converts into money.
I mean, it should.
Okay.
If they're fire emojiing you, it means that they're attracted to you. So, like, that's a potential customer if you have an OnlyFans.
Right.
My ideal customer is, like, someone who I don't know that well, someone who's not a comic.
Do some comics subscribe to your OnlyFans?
No.
So,
not that I know of.
Do you know anyone that you know personally who subscribed to your OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask who. I'm just wondering if that's a thing.
But I'm not that close with them, and that's the key. Like, they're not someone they're not someone that I would see around regularly.
Yeah.
And then the other people are just guys, like, followers from Instagram that, like, I've never met.
Yeah.
But I did get a lot of requests from fake accounts. So who's to say who those people are? I can't know for sure.
Yeah.
So, like, they would, like, make a fake account and then, like, message me and, like, be like, I want the link.
Mystery.
But I did find it funny because I do have a joke about how it's like, I made my price high because I just knew people would be curious, and then they would just, like, see my tits and then leave. And that's exactly what happened. I had 5 fans paying $25 a month.
You're a businesswoman.
And then they all, like, I only have 2 now.
You only have 2 fans?
Yeah. But
like, this is not worth the price I paid for.
But I need to put a caveat on that. It's because I got fucking lazy too, and I didn't make new posts. And with OnlyFans, it's like, yeah, you gotta be posting.
You gotta,
a lot
like,
of
up that content.
You gotta up the content. And, like, if I were to post tomorrow, like, a thirst trap that said, DM me to request my OnlyFans, I would get people. I actually get people all the time being like, you have OnlyFans? Like, just the allure of having an OnlyFans will get you attention.
I'm old and use PowerPoint and Microsoft Word as we what does thirst trap mean? I'm also wearing a Blink-182 shirt, people. Come on. Throw me a fucking bone. What is thirst
I want to actually look up the formal definition because I think it'd be funny.
Is this thirst trapping all the punk boys? I can sing I Miss You in Tom's weird fucking voice.
I love this. According to Google, a thirst trap is a type of social media post that is intended to entice viewers sexually. Oh. It's like a hot picture. It's like a hot picture that is very obvious that you're posting because it's a hot picture.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like, it's very obvious.
Right.
Like, sometimes there's pictures that are, like, not so, like, you might look really hot, but, like, you're just posing with friends.
You're like, oh, that's artistic, not hot.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. So thirst trap is obviously.
So that's what you do if you want to get people. You post that, you see who's into it, and then you say, hey, if you're interested. Or you can just mention it on your podcast a bunch and then get random people messaging you going, do you have an OnlyFans page? And I go, yeah, it's $25 a month. You want to pay? It's too steep for me. Okay, well, bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm too self-conscious. Yeah, I don't know if I, like, all the, like, honestly, I admire people who have OnlyFans accounts who feel, like, comfortable in their fucking body, because I have, like, so much body image issues that I'm, like...
But remember, it's pictures that you control. So it's not like...
I know.
So, like, the ones that I only post the good ones. Like, I would never post a bad nude on there. So, but also, like, I'm pulling from years of nude photos that I've sent to boys that I want to fuck, you know?
I think I've only sent nude photos maybe 3 times.
Really?
In my life.
That's not bad,
my
though.
30 years, yeah.
I mean, some people don't do it at all.
I used to, like, when I was in high school. Remember when you had those, like, webcams? Those, circle webcams? I would show my boobies on those.
Did you really?
To, like, guys in my high school. Yeah.
See, I didn't get into it until much later.
I was, like, very sexually explorative at a young age.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, when was your first, like, hookup?
14.
Whoa.
I think I lost my virginity. And then I dated.
At 14?
At 14. And then I dated my boyfriend in high school for 2 years, and we did like a lot of stuff.
Really?
Yeah, at like 15, 16, like candle wax shit and like...
Oh, candle wax is like...
being blindfolded? Like, well, for a 15, 16-year-old Sarah, come on.
That's bad.
Everyone watched Red Shoe Diaries.
Yeah, no, but it's just funny to me because that is like the starter pack of kink. Like,
It really is.
But like blindfold and candle wax.
But he tied me up.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah, dude. Like,
at 14?
15, 16,
That's really young.
And like, he also, so he was Sikh. He was East Indian, and I am not. And his parents couldn't know that we were dating. So we had to like hide we dated for 2 years. We had to hide our relationship.
That makes it hotter though.
It
doesn't
did.
it?
It
like
did.
It's kind of like awful, but it's kind of hot.
It made us want to do, and of course, like we were reading, I think in the curriculum was like Romeo and Juliet at the time. So we were like, we are the Montagues and Capulets of like fucking suburban Ottawa.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, no, yeah, and I feel like I got a lot of things out at an early age that as I got older, when people started to like get more sexually explorative, I was like, I've already done that.
Do you think that's like an advantage or not? Like, what are the pros and cons of that?
No, I feel like it's more of a con because I feel like I was doing these things just because like we saw them online or like we just like we were trying things, but we didn't really understand the full concept. Ready. We weren't ready. We didn't really understand how our fucking body worked at that time either.
Right.
We were just like doing things and pretending that we liked them because that's what we think.
That's wild.
Should happen.
Wait for the right person to pour candle wax on your nipples.
Or your high school boyfriend when you're 15. Yeah.
I was the first.
It wasn't a horrible experience. I mean, it wasn't. I didn't hate it. I feel like we did love each other, and I feel like some people have said to me that, oh, you couldn't have loved him. You were only 16. I'm like,
it's a different kind of love at that age, but it's still love.
It was still love. Yeah, there was still a connection there.
Like first love is its own special.
Yeah, that was when like I would listen to like "Hey There, Delilah" on repeat.
I was literally just gonna
think about my boyfriend.
This is such a good transition.
Text him on T9
into the pop punk thing because my first boyfriend was a skater boy.
Oh, with
into pop punk, Blink-182 fan. He was in his first or second year of college when I was in grade 12, so I was dating like a college guy who was a skater, and he was pop punk to the extreme. So my whole
did he have like the side bangs? Did he like flat iron them?
No, get ready for it. Get ready for it. Get ready for it.
I'm ready.
He had the flip.
Oh,
I'll show you pictures. I literally have a photo. I'll show you pictures in a second though. But like he's the one.
Whatever happened to the flip?
I don't know, but I was into pop punk stuff before him, but he really ramped. He actually took me more, I think, to like the emo side. Like when I started dating him, but like so let's talk about music. So, okay, what are some of the pop punk influences? Name obviously Blink.
Obviously Blink. I think I've told this story I think on a podcast that I was on earlier, but like I really wanted to Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. And I think I was 11 when that CD came out, like 2001.
Crazy.
Google, fact check. I think it came out in 2001, so I was 11. And it's a very vulgar CD. Like, it's pretty...
Was I that young when it came out?
We could put up some fucking lyrics on here.
Oh my God.
Of what I listened to when I was 11.
Yeah, let's
Happy Holidays, You Bastard, I think is like one of the most vulgar songs I've ever heard in my life.
That's a really, really take off your...
Yeah, and I didn't know it was a masturbation joke. Take off your pants and jacket.
Right?
Get it?
So many of us...
They marketed it because they knew younger kids were listening to it, so they like marketed it as like take off your pants and jacket. And people were like, oh, that's a quirky CD title, but didn't really get it.
Let's first find out the release year.
2001, July 12th, 2001. So
okay, so how old was I?
I was 11. And
so I would have been 12, 13. 14? Really? I was that young? That's crazy.
So I begged my mom to buy me the CD, and it had parental advisory. It had the warning on it on the CDs. She's like, no, I'm not buying that for you. Too young, blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, well, play me some of their songs and maybe I'll change my mind. So this was when like LimeWire and Kazaa was a thing. where you could like download music. So I downloaded her, I think, Adam's song and What's My Age Again.
Like all the good ones.
All the good ones. And like I think What's My Age Again, but it had sodomy in it. Do you remember it said they look down on sodomy or something? I thought sodomy meant peeing in public as a kid. So I was like, oh, that's not that bad. Yeah, and then my mom listened to it. She was like, no. And then I played Adam's song for her, and she's like, do you know what this is about, Vanessa? And I was like, no. She's like, it's about killing yourself. And I'm like, what?
Oh my God.
But I was like, I think they're saying, like, don't do it. But then I got her with All the Small Things. She loved that song.
I mean, doesn't?
I would just play it on repeat because it's such a boppy tune. And she's like, you know what? I like these Blink 183 guys. Like, we're gonna... She's like, you know what? You really wanted the CD. You tried really hard. Like, let's go get you it. So I picked up my CD and, like, each different color. So there's, like, the jacket, the pants, and the airplane.
Yeah.
Or the airplane... What is it? The airplane... pants and jacket.
Yeah.
So 3 different colors, and depending on what color you got different bonus tracks.
That's right.
So I got the jacket. I got the green one.
What were the bonus tracks? I forgot.
Mine was If You Fucked Grandpa.
Yes. Let's.
Oh yeah, it was bad. So anyways, my mom finally bought me the CD. I went home. I put it in my little CD player alarm clock combo that was on top of my Fisher-Price toy box in my
God.
bedroom. I listened to the CD front to back, and I cried my eyes out because it was so fucking vulgar. And I wasn't expecting it because I was just like, oh, these are like What's My Age Again guys and like First Date and whatever. And like When You Fucked Grandpa. And
Did
then
he tell you that I mean, really looking back at it.
That's a lot for an 11-year-old to take.
I think that I went the route of like, LOL, this is funny. But like really, truly,
Who would ever want a dirty, greasy finger in his ass? He rubs his dick in broken glass.
Dumb.
And then I went down for dinner, and my mom's like, oh, how's your Blink CD? I was like, oh, it's good. And she's like, oh, by the way, Grandpa came over for dinner. I'm like, no!
I remember listening to the live album, like the Mark, Tom, and Travis show.
Oh, that was a good album.
On fucking repeat with my, like, I had a group of like 2 girlfriends that we would just like literally like play that and just laugh. And like repeat tracks, like repeat it and repeat it and repeat it, and like to me
it was
that
like
was
a comedy album / music album.
It
like,
was.
It really was.
I fucking loved them.
It's just so vulgar, and like they weren't great musicians.
No!
Like Tom is not a good guitar player, and like an awful singer. Like if you listen to their early stuff, like before
so
Enema
bad.
of the State, like if you listen to like Dude Ranch and Buddha and stuff, Tom's voice is like it got way better. Like he got vocal lessons when they started getting big. But they marketed themselves so well. Like I think they were like the beginning of like pop punk mainstream
They
stuff.
were.
Like for sure.
What other
just
pop
this whole
punks?
like skateboard culture, like
Oh yeah,
you
and
know,
like prank culture too.
yeah, like punked and stuff, and like wearing like dickies below your butt and like stuff like that.
And all of that was my early sexual days with men.
Me too.
Were those types of guys.
Yeah, me too. Like skate, like I would just hang out at the skate parks. I just like
I still get a little triggered when I see that type because I'm just like I gotta get away from you because I enjoy them too much.
Yeah, me too.
What other bands? So Blink. What else?
Blink, Newfound Glory.
Oh my God! Yes. Okay.
My friends over you.
I love Newfound Glory. One of my few trips that I've taken to the States is like the main Bangor area for shopping. And I remember going to Hot Topic and buying a shirt, a Newfound Glory shirt that had Some Girls Are Crazy on it.
Oh,
Yeah. Newfound Glory.
I bought this shirt at Spencer's today, and I was looking for Newfound Glory shirts. I'm like, why don't they have any other pop punk bands?
God, you should look at it on Hot Topic.
Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is there a Hot Topic at Micmac? We should go.
We should go. Let's go to Hot Topic. Oh my God.
Did we literally just go back in time?
We did. I think I just saw your 15-year-old self, and you just saw.
You know what I picture? Okay, I'm gonna just
say it.
This is our afternoon. We go to the mall.
Get Taco Bell.
We get Taco Bell. But we also get an Orange Julius.
Oh. They still have Orange Julius.
I know that they do, but I haven't had one since high school.
you know what? I went to the mall today where I got the shirt with my friend Tori, and we had the best fucking time. We went to Claire's. We went to Spencer's. We got ourselves a Starbucks. It was just... Okay, maybe we shouldn't just be going to the mall during a pandemic.
I was just going to say. Yeah,
we just need to get out of the house.
But in all fairness...
to go Christmas shopping.
The stores are still open. They're, like, limiting
the mall's
capacity.
Open for a reason.
Yeah. And, like, if you're tested and, you know, like... I'm just like...
We didn't touch things.
You can still follow the rules and not be a shut-in.
Exactly. And also, it's Christmas time. People are going to be going shopping. People need their things. So.
Yeah, truly. Okay, so New Found Glory.
New Found Glory, no effects.
Yeah. I wasn't like huge into them, but like
they
definitely
were a little
influenced.
too punk. They're
Same.
more punkier. Sum 41.
Oh yeah,
love Sum 41. They're from Ajax, the town I was born in.
That's wild. You were from Ajax?
Yeah. Well, I was born in Ajax. I moved to Ottawa when I was like 3.
Oh my gosh, crazy.
So I went to Rockfest. I think twice. No, 3 times. And the first 2 times I saw Blink. And Sum 41 and New Found Glory.
Oh my god.
But this was when I was like 26 now. So they were all like in their 40s, like mid 40s.
That's
like,
hilarious.
But playing all their old songs. And it was all, Sarah, everyone that went to this music festival were like people like 25 and older.
I love that.
And it was great. And everyone was having such a good time. Everyone was just wearing dirty jean jackets and going all like pop punk. Like it was like literally going back in time. I think the first time I went was 2014, and the second time I went was 2016, and then I think it went downhill after
I've
that.
seen Sum 41 a lot.
Really?
Live, yeah. So I was obsessed with Sum 41.
Yeah.
Like bad.
Their first CD was an All Killer,
Half
No
Hour
Filler.
And then Half Hour Power was the one before that.
Yeah.
All Killer, No Filler was like, I think the one that like...
They were almost like punkier and more hardcore than Blink-182.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For sure.
And I was like obsessed. Like we
Does
would...
this look infected too?
Yeah.
It's
oh
a
my God.
great album.
So, oh my God, this is taking me back big time. I don't know when it dropped off for me, honestly. I feel like my musical taste has kind of been all over the place. Because like I was really heavily influenced by like I would say like more alternative rock. But then when I was like approaching like late teens, I think is when I like was like getting into like pop punk. And it's never left me because it doesn't leave you.
No.
If you're into pop punk, it doesn't leave you.
It doesn't
you
leave
just
you.
hide it better.
You hide it better, and I feel like you're judged almost if you like pop punk.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what a fucking loser. You still listen to Blink-182? And I'm like, listen, this is like a dying music genre.
This is dying.
It literally died. Like, we
Yep.
don't have any more pop punk buns. Now it's all just, I don't know, like Billie Eilish and whatever.
Yeah.
Like still good music, but like there's no genre of pop punk anymore.
It
It
has
was
so
like
much
an era
heart.
that lasted such a short time and is now gone.
So much fun too. Just so much fucking fun.
So much fun.
I've
It's
almost
so
died.
relatable.
I've almost died in so many mosh pits, but it was the best time.
The most fucked up, Sarah, was at Rockfest. And do you know what mosh pit I almost got the most fucked up in? Billy Talent.
Oh, I've seen Billy Talent live. They're
I
fun.
saw Billy Talent live, and I'm not a big Billy Talent fan. And my friend who I went with is a huge Billy Talent fan, so she's like, let's get right up into the fucking middle, like when they came on.
Oh, the glory days.
And literally, this was at Rockfest, and as soon as I started playing, the crowd just like imploded on me, like on us, and I had to crowd surf to get out while having a panic attack. I'm like, this is too much, and I literally looked at the guy next to me. I was like, get me the fuck out of here. They're like, yup, and just like threw me up in the air.
I was too scared to crowd surf. I was too scared to do it.
I've crowd surfed a couple of times. The best time was at Alexis on Fire. I crowd surfed for like 20 minutes.
Jesus
Like I started at the
Christ.
front and then I went like around the back and like they brought me back around to the front, but it was like
That's insane.
yeah, and it's almost like once you just give into it and you just trust that people, it's like a huge trust fall with strangers.
I kind of regret. Now I'm kind
I
of
was
sad.
also a lot lighter then, so I had the more confidence. I feel like I wouldn't like
I feel kind of sad now that I've never done it because I don't think I'll ever be able to do it again because I don't know
not
if,
with
are we
COVID.
gonna have concerts again? I don't know if that's gonna be a thing that we're gonna have. So
I love crowd surfing.
I went down a rabbit hole recently. I got very sad because I was trying to think of like what the best feeling in the world is. And in my mind, one of the best feelings in the world is when you're at a concert and the whole crowd is singing the same song as you I
saw your Coldplay post.
Right? So
Yeah.
I've been like literally trying to like inject hope into myself by like watching all these videos of like crowds singing songs and like good concert
Yeah.
moments and stuff because I'm just like are we ever gonna get this again? Will this ever be a thing? Because even when we have a vaccine, will things ever be to that extent again? I don't think so.
I think our world has permanently changed.
I think it's changed for like, it's gonna change so much, which is very sad. And what made me even sadder was like, when we were those kids, like at those concerts, we had no idea that we were gonna lose that.
No.
Like we took it for granted.
It makes me so sad.
I know. I want to cry,
like,
right?
I'm almost going to cry. Like,
right?
I loved going to live concerts. Like, that's where I, like, thrive.
Same.
And you just, like, meet so many people who, are have the same interests. Like, if you like the same music as someone, you probably have the same interests and same...
It's a unifier.
A lot of times, it's
a unifier. Like, it's a weird thing to have a night with a group of strangers where you feel so connected. I mean, I love pop punk, but I also love pop. And I saw Katy Perry in concert.
I love Katy Perry.
I love her too. She's one of my favorites. And like, I got to see her on the Witness tour in Toronto, and I got upgraded. I went in with like a light up dress, and I literally manifested getting upgraded because we had nosebleed seats, and I was like, no, we're gonna get some, they'll find us, because I heard that her team was going around like just giving out free passes to like the front area. It's called the drop zone, and I was like, I'm gonna get it, and I totally did.
Nice.
And
good for you.
Literally like made Facebook and Instagram friends from being in the drop zone with a bunch of people, like met people, sang with them all night, danced with them all night, and then like we stayed Facebook friends.
Yeah,
isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I had the same experience at Rockfest. We found these two guys who were traveling from BC, and you meet people from all over the world when you go to music festivals. Might be a little different with like a specific concert in a specific city, but with festivals, there's people from fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
So we met these two guys from BC, and we hung out with them the whole weekend. Like,
is that insane?
And we had this like, I can't even remember the chant we had, but we made up this chant. They had like a clothing company, and they gave us like a bunch of their bandanas and merch and shit like that. Had us up on their shoulders for all and nothing weird, nothing sexual, just like good times, good friends.
It's just such a great way to meet people.
Yeah.
And like those are connections that like you're gonna always remember. Like even if you don't stay in touch or you don't stay friends, you'll always remember it. Which is wild because like, so a girl that I met at the Katy Perry show actually like recently died. It was her and her brother that I met there, and like I didn't know her that well, but like it hit me. Like I was just like, holy fuck.
Well, because you remember that good time that you had with her, and that special, like those moments are very special when you meet people like that, right?
And it's just weird because like, you know, we still don't really think young people can die. Like I feel like that's like we just don't.
It's almost taboo when a young person dies. You're like, this isn't supposed to happen.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you what your general feelings on death are. Like, are you someone who, like, I don't do well with it. I think about it too much, and it stresses me out probably too much, probably more than what the average person would. I mean, no one wants death.
No.
But
one's like, yeah, death.
But I think about it like overwhelmingly. What's your like feeling on it?
I think as a kid, I thought about it a lot.
Did you?
I feel like, I don't know if this is like a normal kid thing, but I think like every kid eventually gets the concept of morality and being like, oh, my parents are eventually going to die. And then it hits you. I think I was like 6 or 7.
That's the age. I heard about this recently on Armchair Expert. Dax Shepard was talking about it, and they actually said 4 or 5 years old is when kids start
getting the concept,
grasping it.
It's like when your goldfish dies or like something, and that like triggers it.
Or like your pet dies or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and like my grandmother died away.
That sounds so much better.
It does kind of died away.
Can we just start saying that?
Yeah, it does sound a little better than passed away. But she passed away when I was 2, and I don't really remember that. But my grandfather, I was really close with him. And like once my grandmother died, like my mom, he lived in Ajax, and my mom and I lived in Ottawa. Every weekend, my mom would pack me up in the car and we would go visit him in Ajax, which is like 4 or 5 hours away. So it's like driving from here to Cape Breton. And yeah, we were super close. and he passed away when I was 8. And it was enough for me to realize, like, what was happening and what happened. And I had a really tough time with it. There were points where I thought I was, like, seeing him and stuff when I was, like, 8.
You might have been.
I might have been. There was a time where, like, yeah, there were some weird things that were happening afterwards. My closets would, like, creak and, like, bang in the night. Yeah, it was
You
weird.
definitely had some. Well, they say that, like, young children actually, like, are really prone to seeing ghosts more than, if you believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
More prone to it, more sensitive to it.
I believe, like, I'm very scientific in nature, and I think I'm, like, agnostic. I think I align with that. But I think I like the, like, technical explanation of ghosts, which I heard, I think, on a podcast, that, like, it's, like, an energy that has to be transferred, and you, like, see that almost like a hologram type of thing. Like,
Interesting. Or your mind is seeing the energy.
Yeah.
And how you're feeling
But
the energy.
the ghost doesn't actually have, like, thinking, feeling, thoughts.
Right.
But you, like, the energy from someone's body has to go somewhere. Like, I don't fully believe in it, but I'm like, oh, that's the most, like, logical explanation, almost like radar or, like, infrared or something like that.
I
like,
love stuff like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, but no, I, like, death now, I mean, because I've been doing this job.
Right.
I think I was freaked out for it, like, about it, like, when I was younger, like a kid. I know I went, like, from 5 to 9, maybe, had, like,
you're like figuring it out and, like,
yeah,
it's
and
confusing.
asking my mom, being like, well, are you gonna die? Like, I remember asking my mom, like, what happens when you die? She's like, well, let's not think about that right now.
Well, yeah, because when you're a kid, you're like, I'm gonna live forever. Like, this is just, you don't have any grasp of, like, it ending.
And I remember my mom being really good, being like, well, you know, people have to, you know, get older and, like, sick, and, like, I'm nowhere near that. Like, you know what I mean? But, like, I didn't know. Obviously, I'm like, okay, people get old and, like, live to be, like, I don't know, 80 or 90 and then die. Right. But you didn't have a concept of, like, illness or, like, you know, stuff that
or, like,
happens spontaneously.
Like, car accidents or, like,
yeah,
like the suicide stuff. That like that came later for me, but, like, that's There's
a really good show called Dead Like Me.
I've heard of this.
Oh my gosh,
I haven't watched it, but I've heard of it.
It, like, I started watching it, I think, when I was in high school. So, like, 13, 14. So maybe middle school, high school. And it's about a girl who has, like, this freak accident and then becomes a Grim Reaper.
Yes.
And then she has to go take the souls of people who are about to die so that their death is, like, painless, I guess. Like, once you take someone's soul, then their death, they don't feel it as much. And she literally they get, like, Post-it notes from, like, their boss, which is, like, I guess, like, God. But they never say it's God. They just say it's, like, their boss, right?
Which I kind of like.
Which I like. It keeps it, like, ambiguous. It doesn't bring religion
It could be a woman.
Exactly. Just like Meryl Streep from The Devil Wears Prada, just being like, this is your pickup address. So, and they literally just get, like, a Post-it note with, like, the time when it's supposed to happen and, like, a last name.
Oh, gosh.
And so they have to try and, like, they go to the spot and they just kind of figure it out and they're like, okay, that's, like, Johnson and that's my guy. So I have to get to him before it happens, before this time, and take their soul. And they just kind of, like, touch them on the shoulder or whatever. And it was, like, really... It was, like, a really, like, good, almost, like, explanation or depiction of death. It's, like, I mean, it's definitely, like, destiny or, like, having, like, a, you know, thought-out plan. Like, everyone has, like, a path and a journey and stuff. So they're going with, like, that philosophical route of things. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't really have free will because, like, these Post-it notes are being handed out. Like,
I kind of subscribe to that. I kind of like that.
Yeah. And it was almost comforting in a way. It's like, you don't get control. Like, it just...
So there's no point in, like, why are you freaking out?
Exactly. Why are you freaking out? It's going to happen when it happens.
Yeah.
And
that's so interesting.
And then you see these people, like, dying and then them standing with the Grim Reaper. And they just talk about it so casually and comically and stuff. And it's like, oh, well, this happened. That sucks. Blah, blah, blah. You know?
I don't do well with the idea of death by accident. Or,
that's hard to grapple with.
Like, getting sick. Like, I'm constantly just like, what if I start to get sick just as my life is starting? Like that's
It just makes you feel happy.
That's because in my mind, I'm 33 and it's been a little bit rough, and I'm finally getting to a place where, like, I think I found a job that I really like and could grow in, and have all these awesome creative side hustles, and like, I haven't found love yet, but like, I really want to, and I'm looking forward to that, hopefully. And like, what if I get happy and I get sick, or like I get in an accident? Like, I'm just constantly like, what if? And I know that like catastrophic thinking does nothing but stress me out. But it's like one of those things, like, I think if I was in therapy, I would be like, yeah, we gotta talk about this fear of death. Because when I was really young, even before 5, as a baby, I would cry, break down crying, because my parents were like, here are your godparents. These are your godparents. And in my mind as a fucking kid, I thought that meant these are the people that are going to take me away from my
Oh my
family.
God, that's a terrifying notion of God.
I shit you not. My mom told me this. She said, you used to cry because you thought that they were like going to, like,
You thought that they were God's
taking me to
servants.
God. Taking me to God. Yeah, taking me to God.
That's hilarious.
Isn't that crazy?
That's hilarious. Did you hear that squeak?
Oh, that was my arm.
Okay, I was like, oh my God. It's like, I need to get out of here. It's kind of
We
weird.
need to have a medium on the show.
Yeah, that
Holy-
would be sick.
Yeah, I think I've asked all my questions. The only other thing I wrote down here was, what are you scared of? What are your fears?
Oh, we're getting deep. What are my fears?
I mean, you have anxiety, so other than everyday life.
Like everything. All of the above. Circle.
Let's get specific here.
I have a fear of like it's not like a like legit fear, but like being alone forever.
Yeah.
Like never really feeling settled or finding that person. Like I think that's pretty honest. I feel like everyone has that fear.
I feel like right now it's very cool. Right now, being alone is trendy.
Yeah.
And being
Because
like the
we're all
independent
doing
woman, and like the love yourself movement is like really in full force. And like, as single women, I think we're almost pressured to be like, yeah, I love it. I don't need anyone. Like, I'm independent. It's like, you can be independent. You can certainly embrace being independent, but still want that, to feel that with somebody. And I'm the same. I think about it constantly, and it's a constant
You think
battle.
that this might be your existence for like the rest of your life, and you're like, I mean, I'm okay with it now. Like, I feel like I've come to terms with it. I feel like there is a pressure, though. I feel like the self-love movement is helping. But I feel like before that, there was a pressure to be, like, with somebody. Or, like, have these, like... well, there always is to have these, like, societal expectations at a certain age.
Yep.
Like, you should be married. You should have a house. Why are you still in student debt?
And they're still there, but they're less, but they're still there.
Yeah.
Like, there's still a lot of challenges that would face somebody who's single versus somebody who's not. Like,
Totally. There's a great movie, Spinster, with Chelsea Peretti.
yes, I love Spinster.
It's a great movie.
I love
did an
it.
audition piece from that movie, like for my when I applied for my agent, and it's her friend who is married and has kids, and like helping Chelsea, whatever the character's name is. I didn't watch the movie. Gabby. And she's like, yeah, like people treat single people like such shit sometimes, and it's true. It's like, what, and you know, I get that from a lot of older patients. Like people who I transport who are like, oh, do you have a husband?
I know.
Oh, do you have kids? And I have to always be like, no, I have a cat, you know, joking. And they're just like, you're sad. And I'm like, I know. But there's still like from the older generation, this societal expectation. And I hate when patients ask me. I know they're just trying to be nice and make conversation.
Right.
That's probably the norm back when they were my age. They were probably all married or whatever.
Exactly.
But there's like, they ask me that, and there's like always a big, no.
Yeah.
That's not me. That's not my.
I hate that. I don't like it. I've always been honest, but just being like, I don't like this. I really do want someone. And like, even just saying that is judged. Like,
yes.
Being like,
it's
wanting
like, oh, well,
a relationship.
you shouldn't want anyone. It's like, well, you still do.
You still do.
Because eventually that's how you see your life, like, not ending, but like the end point. Eventually.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Who's
it's
going
cool
to be
in your 20s and 30s to be like, oh, I'm just going to like, you know, sleep around and like, you know, do me. But eventually when you're in your 40s or 50s, you know.
It's so important to like find things outside of that. Like, and I can't stress that enough. Like, find things outside of validation from men that make you happy, and really do focus on those. And yeah, you can still want to find somebody and make efforts where you can to do that.
Who complements what you're already doing with your life.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be totally dependent on someone for your happiness.
No.
You shouldn't feel that is what's gonna make your life better.
I always say, and it's like a weird thing to say, but like romantic love should not be unconditional. You should not be in love with someone who beats you. You should not be in love with someone who's toxic. Like, there are conditions to romantic love. Like, I think there's this grand romantic idea that like, yeah, okay, you find your soulmate and it's unconditional love and they're there for you no matter what. But it's like, no, there's limits. I think okay, if you have a fucking like son or daughter, like, that should be unconditional love. But in a romantic partnership,
when you're choosing your partner,
that's just exactly it. You're choosing.
You're choosing, and you're allowed to be picky.
You're allowed to be picky.
Don't settle.
Yeah. You gotta, and I have no idea what that is like, but maybe we'll find out someday.
Also, maybe someday.
Like, there's so many times that I'm just like, am I ever gonna know what it's like to get flowers? Or like, I don't know, these like really simple like relationship. Like, I used to be so like, wedding, house, kids. Yeah. Now I'm like, what's it like to have a guy hold my hand? Yeah. Or like, what's it like
or just like read in bed side by side with like different lamps on you. You know? I want comfortable silence. All I want is comfortable silence with someone.
I want to be on my phone next to you.
But I feel like because I've been single for so long and we've talked about this, I'm so comfortable with myself now.
Yeah.
And being alone that it like, of course I want it, but it's not like a need anymore.
No, it's not a need.
Like, I don't want to end up alone like when I die, but like it's not. I feel so comfortable being alone and being independent. That, like, and that took a long time to get to. Yeah. But I feel like I value my alone time now.
I kind of do too.
You know?
I kind of do too, and that's a big thing for me to say because I'm a huge extrovert, but I would agree with you. Like, I think when you're, especially if you take on a lot, you then, like, you value the time that you can, like, do your makeup by yourself with, like, a podcast on or something. Like,
watching The Crown and eating Chinese food.
I need to watch The Crown.
So
the other
good.
show I need to watch is The Queen's Gambit. I hear that's really good.
Is that about Princess Diana?
No, I think it's about, like, some... I think it's about a woman who...
the chess.
The chess. I couldn't help but laugh.
The competitive chess, yes.
Because, like, it's not something that I would normally be drawn to, but I've been recommended it by, like, a lot of people that it's, like, really good, apparently.
I'm also really afraid of snakes.
Oh, okay.
Getting, like, super...
I like that. What about, like, heights or, like, stuff like that?
Heights, not so much. There's always, like even in the mall today, like, you know, I found out what this word is. You know, like, indoor balconies?
Yeah.
So, like, a mall, like, how they have, like, railings and it's called a mezzanine.
Mezzanine. Love that word.
I learned that on an ambulance call. I won't explain why. But anyways, it's called a mezzanine.
No.
Yeah, and...
I feel like there's a story there that I'm going to have to hear off the mic.
We're just gonna, it's called a mezzanine. But, like, sometimes when I'm walking, I'm like, I could fucking just hurl myself off it. I feel like everybody has that impulse, so...
I don't look.
Maybe not everybody. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird.
Some people are very strange. Some people fucking do sky jumps and fucking, like...
No. I don't think I could.
I don't know them. Yeah.
I think I could skydive. I don't think I could bungee jump because you get it a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, like, since you just, like, ricochet... I think I could skydive. I feel like I would have more control over skydiving for some reason. And you're strapped to somebody.
You're strapped to somebody, and I feel like you're so high up that you don't even perceive how high up you are because you're like above the clouds.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be like more cool. I still don't think I would do it. Honestly,
skydiving?
I'm bad with flying as well.
I'm so bad with flying. Okay,
so
you know what? Yeah, I'm scared of flying. So I'm scared of dying alone. I'm scared of snakes, and I'm scared of flying.
So I agree with. I'm mostly all of those. Snakes, like, I wouldn't say I'm terrified of them.
I don't trust anything without legs.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, anything that slithers. Like
eels?
I just don't like that motion. Yeah, eels, snakes. I don't like squids or octopus either. Like, ugh.
Octopuses are crazy.
They're super smart. Did you watch the octopus documentary?
No, I haven't.
So smart.
But I've heard, like, wild things about them. Like, how they, like...
They know things.
Yeah, they sense things. Like, they're, like, hypersensitive.
There was, like, an octopus that, like, escaped from, like, a zoo or something. He, like, threw something at the security camera, like, knocked it out and, like, wiggled out of his cage.
Insane.
It's just, like, wiggle. I think he died because he didn't get too far. But, like, he tried.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Did I ask you and Jim what you guys like? Oh, yeah, I asked you guys that. What you like and don't like about yourself on the last episode.
Yeah. I think, I can't really remember. I think I like how I'm open.
Mm-hmm.
And I like meeting new people and, like, having new experiences. And, like, bringing a lot of new people into my circle. But what I don't like, I think this is the same answer, is that I forget myself in the process. Like, I try to, like, people please too much.
Yes.
And cater to what other people want instead of being like, what does Vanessa...
Setting some boundaries.
Yes.
That's kind of...
Like, I'm bad at setting boundaries. That's exactly it.
You just gotta practice with, like, small things, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the key to setting boundaries. Like, once you start, like... Even if it's like, if I'm like, hey, do you like cider? And you say, no, I'm not into it. Versus what you did, which was,
Hug my whole thing of disgusting cider. Yeah.
Like, once you start doing that, and if you do it with, like, people that you trust, you can do it more with other people. But that's a fucking tough one. That's one that, like, comes with time. Boundary setting.
What about you? Real. What did you say?
Oh, I mean, that's probably the same for me too. People pleasing and probably...
We're both people pleasers.
What else do I not like about myself? Probably that I overthink.
Yeah, I feel that. I overthink instead of just doing.
I don't like how sometimes I talk too much about myself and I forget to, like, ask people all about them. Something that, like, I'm kind of hyper aware of as a host too, because I'm just like, stop making it about you. Make it about you a little bit, but not all, you know? Stuff like that. I mean, I can just go on and on about the things that...
About the things you want.
I don't like that I'm messy. I don't like that I'm not as organized as I want to be. I want to be a more organized person.
I feel like that's, like, a struggle for, like, everyone. I feel like even the most organized person...
could do better.
There's always, like, a bar, unless, like, you're Marie, whatever her name is, Kondo.
Marie Kondo, yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna beat her.
We're not really.
You're not gonna beat Marie. Like, you just,
cool like her.
like, yeah, she's full of joy. She sparks joy, and yeah. So I feel like that's everyone would.
That's a lot of people, and a lot of creative people, I think, struggle with that because we have so many things going on up here that, like, just getting, like, I feel like boring people have an easier time.
That's all they have. All they have is organizing their pantries.
Oh, I gotta get home by 5 p.m. and go to
organize
Costco.
My books in alphabetical order, like the library.
And if you're like that, no judgment. We're all different.
No, you probably have a very lovely home.
That's right. Oh my gosh. Well, Vanessa, we gotta wrap because
we gotta wrap it up.
This was a long one.
Rogan.
This is
Rogan Lane.
This is officially Rogan Lane. Yeah. This is over 2.5 hours. So you're officially.
Oh wow!
You're at 2:40.
Time flies.
You're at 2:40.
You're so similar with someone else.
And I feel like we could just keep going.
Yeah.
So you'll be back. You'll be back. I feel like you'll be back for sure. I've already told you that you'll be back.
Well, we're gonna do a mukbang.
And you're gonna agree because you're people put mukbang. Mukbang?
Mukbang?
Jesus Christ.
We're gonna eat a lot of food on camera.
We're a little too on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
So once again, you gotta check out We're Bringing Daddy Back.
Yes, please. Spotify,
You gotta
Google Play, Apple Music.
All of the places. You gotta follow Vanessa as well on Instagram. What's your handle? Do you know it?
Yeah, it's Allen, ALLEN 90.
You got it. And can they watch your movie, your film anywhere?
Yeah.
Publicly?
So I don't think it's public yet because we want to do a couple, I think, edits and re-release it for Finn in the upcoming years. So it's not available yet. But if it is available, just follow my Instagram. I'm sure I'll post it.
Yeah.
It's a good time. It's a good short film.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I'm very lucky and happy to have met you.
Me too.
I hope you know that. Because this was a joy.
Means a lot.
This
Yeah.
was an utter joy and blast.
It's fun finding new friends.
Oh my God, it's the fucking best.
Especially, it's really hard when you're adult to find new friends.
And we're going to make TikToks together. We're going to do some sketch. Like, we're going to do something together.
Yeah.
somehow with funny women and
Yeah, we're gonna
making it work during
do
COVID.
a sketch comedy, hopefully.
I would fucking love to.
With the women of Halifax.
I have so much to learn, and like even if I could just be a fly on the wall for things, like I would just love to like just watch like your process, you know?
Oh, there's no process.
It's just film and go.
It's just whatever's in my head on paper. Let's see if this turns out well. Basically, that's the process.
Well, you're clearly very talented.
Oh,
so.
thanks. I'm proud of you too. We're proud of each other. Cheers.
Look at us. Okay.
Oh, you've switched to bubbly. Oh. I'm still drinking and she's on fucking carbonated.
I'm on bubbly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I should have made a vodka drink, but I feel like I'm very sensitive to alcohol lately. Like I'll have 2 drinks and feel hungover the next day.
Is it because you're not drinking as much because of the pandemic?
Yeah.
That's why your tolerance is low.
Yeah. It needs to be upped a bit, I think. But you get to do the honors.
Okay, just me?
Yeah, just you. Because you're the only guest. Ring that bell. Oh, hell yeah. You're a
There's a little misstep.
You're a multi-dollar.